I do know is that the family stayed, and a lot of people in East St. Louis, a lot of them all know each other.
Yeah.
It's a lot of family.
The family is family, man. It's usually when people kind of get educated and get out, them the ones that don't go back because you see something different.
Yeah.
Because those people don't leave outside of those 88 blocks.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's just between those 88 blocks. So if you go over to St. Louis, maybe, but people don't travel outside of those areas. So I like to say the blind leading the blind, man.
It is.
But it's still a family, even through the crime, just like everywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
But we got to Milwaukee, man, and Milwaukee was an upgrade from there.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I already kind of had that community idea with myself, and then I just met some great people. Your dad, man, rest his soul, man, and just those guys were pillars, So those guys for myself was like, that's what I want to be like.
Yeah,
I can take a little bit from him, and kind of take that foundation from there.
So tell me about you guys as families though, because you're athletes, and I'm coining this word athlete because I want to kind of gradually get away from it, right. But I want to mention it because of the work that you did. But you all were multi-sport,
correct?
Multi-sport athletes. Yeah. So in that space, what sports did you play? I know the resumes, but tell the people what sports did you guys play?
I played everything I could growing up. To be honest, it was an outlet. I was a Boys and Girls Club
kid.
So I'm Sherman Park all day.
Jump rope for hard, flag football. Man, listen, man.
Whatever
if you're a club kid, whatever came on that schedule for that day, you just did it.
Yeah.
If it's pool contest,
cup stack,
whatever
you want to do, bumper pool,
hopscotch,
doing it all,
swim. Within that day, man, we probably did about 12 sports.
What?
Within a day, man, and then just stay ultra competitive.
And I feel like in the Boys and Girls Club back when we was growing up, that's when you had a lot of strong black men too. So
Sam Williams,
Jimmy Banks,
Jimmy Banks,
Sam Williams.
I played for Jimmy Banks,
Norm McGee.
Yep.
Oh, Norm, man. Tay Butter from Sherman Park. I mean, I could go Tootie. I'm just saying people names.
Yeah, go ahead.
All
you
the
can
people in the
say,
cities
say as many people as you want to. We got time.
Yeah, the people that we know. It just was one of those things where it was a family outside of a family. So I played soccer, basketball, ran track. I didn't really play football till I got to high school. So I always played, like he said in the club, we played kill the man with the ball, 500.
Oh, 500.
500. That's where you get your hops at.
Yeah. So I played 1 year of like tackle football in the 7th grade, and I played like half a season.
Dang.
And then the next year, me and my brother was like, man, we felt like we got slighted because we was like in a feeder team, and everybody was friends from another school except like us.
Yeah.
So they wasn't really showing us love. We was like, man, we just get them back freshman year. Like, so I didn't really play football, like get into it till I was a freshman, but I've always been around football. My family's from football. My father was big in football, played in college, ran track, state champion. My father was a super duper athlete, you know what I'm saying? So I really take the Drew name, the Drew family. I got a lot of prominent family members and uncles and aunts out here still doing things. So I take that serious, man. So I played every sport. It's funny because I told James this before, but a few years ago, I became a client of his wife's for Northwest Mutual. Her and her business partner. And I don't know how we got to talking, and she said James is her husband. I said, man, might be. He top 5 for sure in the state history. In my opinion, you know. To be 6'6", running under 10.5, 40-inch plus vertical. Only thing I never saw the man do was play football. I never saw him play football.
And what's crazy is I was track, basketball, football. I only played 1 year of football and made honorable mention All-American as a sophomore.
I believe it.
And didn't even know what I was
like,
doing. But you know what, man? That's where fathers come in at. I wish I knew what I knew now. You know, basketball was looking promising at that time, but I was starting to be a part of that next generation of NFL guys where the Randee Moss, where I had figured it out, how to cut the field in half, and I had closing speed, and basketball sets you up for it. I knew how to pivot. I knew how to get you in the area. Like I had figured that out just within 2 weeks. But I hated losing so much. I just felt that the coach at that time didn't have the best interest for the black athletes. You know, we were good. He was all in, you know, doing the city. Oh, let's go get him. Then when it's time to play the suburban teams, he was, Lord, let's just pray that, not to win, but I'm like, man, what you talking about, man? We want to still play. It's like he just shut it down. And I was like, man, I'm thinking at that time I had a promising basketball career. So I'm like, well, I ain't going to take the chance of getting hurt if this dude don't believe. So I kind of fell back on it, but stayed around the game also enough. One of my best friends was still playing, so we were like his best cheerleader, Tyrone Roan. And so but track was my number one thing, actually. People don't know that, man. Yeah. I love track more than, I just couldn't get track shoes my size. Everything I did.
So how shoe you are, man?
15 and a half.
That's crazy.
But for track shoes, like I actually, man, for 2 years, I was running in basketball and jumping in basketball shoes until like senior year. So Michael Johnson's came out.
Yeah.
Something like that, man. And dude said 14 and a half. So I actually squeezed my feet into 14 and a half just so I can have some track shoes.
Hey, y'all, when we come back, we're going to continue on with our Milwaukee legends, Randee Drew and James Wright. We're going to take these breaks. Before we take the break, make sure you call in or text us 833-212-1017. I know y'all going to have some questions. Let's take these breaks, Zach.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTS housing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
Make your home and family safer by properly getting rid of nasty chemicals and fire hazards. MMSD's Home Hazmat program offers 3 drop-off centers that are open all year long. It's fast and easy. You don't even have to get out of your car. And it's free to visit a drop-off. Lithium-ion batteries, old gas, propane tanks, they take all of that and more. For a list of things you can and cannot bring, locations and hours, go to MMSD.com. Milwaukee County residents only. No businesses.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
'Cause remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Yes, we're back with Randee Drew and James Wright, Milwaukee legends. I'm going to say this again. They're Milwaukee legends first, then the athletes second. I say they're legends because they're 2 black men that are thriving in our community. So when you were talking about that, the coach, and I think this is a problem in sports, especially with black athletes that have high level, motors that we were talking about. Like you can play multiple sports, right? But then you have these coaches who are not from your neighborhood that don't recognize or never played, multiple sports and haven't had the exact talent within themselves. They want to rear back, and you're saying to the coach, "No, let's not rear back. Let's play these dudes. Let's turn it up."
Yeah.
Right? And so you're saying to the coach, put the ball in my hands and my friend's hands, and we gonna just let it go, right?
Yeah, to a certain extent. I mean, I think it's a gift and a curse. You're your own worst enemy, especially when you're a high level athlete like James was. I mean, you wanted by everybody. Everybody wants you to play for them, and even when you tired, even when you got a little tweak, you such a competitor. You don't want to let nobody down.
Yeah.
Now you're running yourself into the ground. I mean, I've caught myself in that numerous times. I see as a coach now and as an older man that it is good to have those. Yeah, you got to pick or have these conversations.
Just have these conversations, and that's what the piece that you were speaking on earlier. Like our coaches, they were one way.
Yeah.
Like I watch his style now myself. He's great with kids, but we still meet them. It ain't just, oh, you do what I say. That you got to kind of get a feel of what's going on in their life. I pay attention to everything, man. I take a step further. Hey, the weekend. Hey, what you doing on the weekend? Making sure you getting this prehab, because if you are doing these type things, okay, we might want to take this third Friday off.
Yeah.
Just to let you just be still, just ice, stretch. Making sure you're staying hydrated, like those little things that we didn't do.
Yeah.
But the coaches really didn't have those conversations. They just said, stop. And as an athlete, you're like, first of all, I'm not stopping.
Yeah.
This is my livelihood, to the point that where this keeps my motor going.
Yeah.
I'm so competitive. So as Twin said, it's times we're like, hey, you get a call Friday, can you play with me for this? Then Monday, hey, can you go to me with this? So it's like constantly, man, from 13 to 17, every weekend is tied up with something.
But if you weren't tied up,
there ain't no telling.
Ain't no telling.
I mean, I wasn't, I'm not going to say that story. I wasn't no street. I wasn't robbing, beating up people.
Yep.
I'm from 39th and Burleigh.
Yep.
I was at the Boys and Girls Club in high school. I was pretty cool, but I don't want to think what if, because I wouldn't be who I am or seen the things that I've seen,
Balance.
And the balance, that's a great word. Like, so I think the bigger picture of the athletic community, which was our outlet at the time. See, now we're telling our kids, you can go to school and be an athlete, but you can also come out a lawyer. We're not pressing pros.
Yeah.
Like for us, we thought I'm pretty sure James thought if he didn't go to NBA, he ain't do his job. I thought if I didn't play in the NFL, I didn't do my job. Like, because I wasn't thinking big scope, what I'm capable of, what I'm saying. But now that we have the resources, I'm glad that I lived in Canada for 5 years. I played in NFL Europe over in Germany. I did these things. I played in all these things, because now I know what I can bring back and tell kids and tell my own kids that you got options. And that's why we break our necks to make sure our kids or kids that we deal with every day have options outside of sports. But you can use sports as a vehicle to get you anywhere you want to.
Propel you. And for me, it was opposite. Like, I was doing both. So I was doing the street stuff, and then
how deep were you in the streets?
Hey, what's the Wisconsin laws?
Statute of limitations
on some of this stuff.
But we're going to stop there.
But what I
Zach, cut. No, I'm just kidding.
What I would say, man, is that I did what a lot of the community kids that are outside. I was outside. Mm-hmm. And so, when you got that blind leading the blind, mentality, guys telling you the wrong stuff, and this is what you're doing, or you should be doing. And at the end of the day, being in poverty, you thinking we got to eat. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be whatever it takes. It's to the point that when I started playing sports, because that's what saved me, that it was the point I was telling my mom, hey, where did you get this money from? Basketball tournament. Or this, this some money for food. Hey, this got this playing basketball. That was just the answer to everything.
Yeah.
Which is why now, as Twin said, that balance of
Twin is Randee, because he has a.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, there's Randee. Yeah,
sorry, guys.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, you good. Call him Twin. We good.
That's my dude. But Randee, like, that's what my connection is with the kids, because I can jump on it, I can smell it, I can see it right away. To be able to break them down and build them back up and show them, like, we're going to use this. Mm-hmm. These things you've been working on your whole life. You've been running, you've been jumping, you're smart. We're just going to put it in the area where you can excel at it. Mm. So that's a thing, becoming a good coach, good father, good husband, all those things. Just putting yourself around those people, or finding those people, seeking those people. But first you got to see those people.
Yeah.
We don't get a chance to see those people. Like I said, your dad, like, right away, man, he grabbed me. He first dude to put his hands on me. Mm. At school.
Hey, James like 6'6". My daddy was 5'8".
Man, but see, I caught him when he was early, man. He still had chest and chest hair then. You know what I'm saying? he still had a chest hair. So, I started my little karate journey, man. And, man, he come up on me in school, man, and grab my shoulders, man. It's me. Step into this classroom. And I'm like, this dude got my, I was probably about 6'1" at that time, but all skin and bone. He did something to my shoulder, man, and just pulled me into the classroom, man. And he told me right away, look, man, you can do this or you can do that. I can tell you what this can do for you, and I can tell you what that can do for you. But you got to make a decision. And so small words at that time frame was like, especially, at teenagers, one more thing you're trying to do is see how much you can get away with.
Yeah.
And you're transitioning to your little teenage years, so you think you're indestructible at that time. And so, as you said earlier, just the men, man, to step in and say, nope, this is the avenue you can go, or you need to go.
And the ones that have experience, too. Because I think, you know my dad, and like, what a lot of people didn't know, and I don't know if you ever heard his stories, or my father told you his stories, like, his stories were, he grew up, it was 1 to 12 kids. He was a twin. And, everybody was an athlete besides the girls. But he was a younger batch of kids. And man, like, by that time, as one of the younger kids, like, everybody's grown, so you could do whatever you want. Right. So he ran the streets. He ran the streets a lot. And he got to the point to where he knew he had to make a decision. So the decision was either what you said, either this or that. Either continue to stay on the streets, do what he did. He was a loan shark. He wound up becoming a loan shark. He did some businesses and, did his thing on the street, and, things happen. But he had to figure out that if I stayed there, that this is where I'm going to end up. Or if I did this thing over here, then I can go to school, I can become a community activist, I can become a black belt, I can get my doctorate in education, and I can just make a difference being honest. And I think that's one of the things that men like us have in common, is the fact that we can take some of the kids that we are around, and we can become honest with them. Yeah. Right? We can be honest with the kids that are 16, 17 years old who are on 39th and Burleigh right now and saying, like, man, I ain't got no other place to go. Well, look, you got five sports to enter. You got basketball, wrestling, track, football, baseball. Like, you can do whatever you want, but you got to follow me. Just listen to me at the very least, right?
I think the number one thing, and I live by this, is discipline, man. And I know discipline comes out in different forms in different people, but discipline is something you can't hide. Yeah. If you are truly entrenched in something that you love, it precedes you before you even say a word. You walk in the room, people can read your profile. They look, because your body, your language, your body language, your posture, your aura, your glow, your just whatever, your vibe, whatever people say, like, that don't lie. Yeah. And like I said, I've been fortunate. Like, I didn't go to school with James. We used to ride. We was rivals. I hated James in high school. Actually, I hated him in high school
because he was winning every time.
Big bro was unstoppable, man. Couldn't beat him in back. Look, we sitting here, we cool in the North Shore winning. Yeah. And we say, okay, we gonna see Vincent in the sectional final. All right, season over with on March 31st. Yeah. Whatever the case may be, we gonna play. Yeah. Because the good thing is that even though I was a 220 kid out there, I was from the city, so I knew everybody. Yeah. Which comes to my bigger point, is that this community of athletes in Milwaukee that you're starting to see more and more of, we are all tied together in some type of way. We come to meet us three right here. Yeah, and if us three go and take us and plant us somewhere else, it's going to be 6 more people that one of us know, or all of us know, or 2 of us know, which going to multiply and multiply and multiply. And I think that's the effect that James was talking about that we're starting to have now, because a lot of former athletes have done some major things, are doing major things in the city, and now we slowly starting to trickle back. Now, James is in education, I'm in education. You in radio, you've been an entrepreneur, all that type of stuff. So we all give back in different ways, but now we can all use each other in our different avenues to give back to whatever we're trying to give back to. That's the bigger picture.
And it's been fun already, man. It's been times like Randee is sending one of his athletes over to me. I send one over to him, and I know he go get the same thing, man. And we're in different schools. Yeah. And he'll say, hey, you go work out with Jay Wright. Take his number. You go work out with him. this is what he do. I say, hey, this is Randee number. You go, Coach Randee, work out with him. And like even I think we just had a situation with a young lady on this team, man, and she was having some language at one of the track meets. And I put her to the side, man. I put her to the side. I said, hey, that's not what we do. That's not how we conduct ourselves. You know, I want to hear. I don't want to hear that anymore. I want to hear your name. I only want to hear your name when you go across that line. You know, you got to be an example, like right away. I seen her the next track meet, and she says, Coach Randee just said the same thing you said to me. Are y'all brothers? I said, yeah, that's my brother. He said the same exact thing. Like, you must have called him and told him. I said, nope, we speak the same language. Yeah. So it's kind of cool now, man. It's now because I'm recruiting brothers. I'm recruiting people that have the best interests of our kids to say, hey, it takes a village. Like it really does, man. And I think it's crazy that we're here in this space because we come from the era where we don't really talk about ourselves. We let others do it. Yeah. And it's kind of flip-flop now. Like, you got to run your resume now. And I'm terrible. I'm like, man, I don't want to be, telling all. It's just, let's work right now. Yeah. But now you got to put your resume forward before you say something to a kid because they'll Google you now, YouTube you, and, they'll run it. And then what's helped me now, because now we're starting to get the generation of kids where their parents went to high school or from that time frame. Now they're saying, oh, are you here? Yeah. Whatever he says. And the kid, like, wait a minute, how you just go?
How you just hand my rights over to old boy?
It's starting to happen now, man. So those seeds that was planted and the discipline thing that Randee talked about, like, that statue, that's your brand. Yeah. And once you go and that's what you're known for. You're known for winning. He's known as being one of the best athletes. Myself, people are starting to speak those things and they're starting to put it out there. I'm not even on social media, man. Yeah. And I'll get a text or a screenshot. Hey, man, they talking about you on this or that.
Yep. Yeah. Hey, y'all, we're going to come right back with Randee Drew and James Wright. This is a great conversation, man. I'm learning a whole lot. Let's take these breaks.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We gotta make moves and make them early. Set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up and stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
For 75 years, the Muscular Dystrophy Association's voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
For 75 years, we've willed the impossible into existence.
For 75 years, the MDA community has pushed the science,
shifted the narrative,
and established the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day, when this is all a thing of the past,
you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
You can't buy a best friend. You can love them, walk them, pet them, and care for them, whether they want you to or not. You can take a picture or 50. You can fly to the moon, travel the world, or just stay in bed. You can't buy a best friend like that, but you can adopt one. There are millions of pets waiting for a best friend just like you. Help us save them all at bestfriends.org.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way.
improving lives so everyone can thrive. Where more people can gain access to healthcare and nutritious food for their tables. Where more community members can benefit from financial education and get connected to local resources for housing support. And where children are given more chances to reach their full potential. Community is where we find our strength and where we share our hope. United is the way. Visit unitedway.org.
So Randee, tell us about the resume. Like
I was just
you gotta run the resume.
Yeah, when James said that, it kind of made me have an aha moment because you never know. I've had kids come up to me out the blue like, "You played pro football," and I'm like,
they don't even recognize that.
Who told you that?
You played for the you was
with the 49ers for a second, man.
Yeah.
I never stepped on the grass on Sundays, man. I got hurt in camp. I played in NFL Europe, but I always tell my true pro career. I played 5 years, good years in the CFL in Canada before I had my last injury.
Yep.
But it's almost like a rite to pass. Like when we was growing up, an elder speak to you, not even elder, but somebody of authority, an older person speak to you, you gonna listen up because 9 times out of 10, they probably know your mama, they know your daddy, they know your auntie. So it's gonna get back to somebody.
Yeah.
And not to say the kids or whatever, but it's like I've had kids, ask me about and then sometimes they say, "You used to play ball." I say, "Who told you that?" Well, somebody, and I said, "Yeah, that was a while ago." Because I'm like, James, like it feels a lot better for somebody else to tell my story. Not even tell my story, but somebody else to acknowledge what I've done.
Yeah.
As opposed to us getting her, because he's like he said, it do feel weird sometimes saying, "Well, I did this." But once the kids know that, or I could tell a kid, they say something, "Mr. Randee, you, Mr. Drew, Mr. Randee," and it's like, man, I'm from 39th Bird Line. You from the zoo?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, first of all, it wasn't called the zoo when I was growing up.
Right.
Yeah.
But yes, I lived on 39th Bird Line for over 13, 14 years.
Yeah.
I'm a Sherman Park kid.
Yeah.
But they see us now, they wouldn't know Mr. Wright. I'm called Mr. Wright. James's background or stuff he's doing in the street. They wouldn't know that because all they see is a stand-up man, a pillar in this community, an educator, a father, a coach. They don't know the other side.
Yeah.
And it's almost like you got to step into the dark side for them to be like, oh, now I can listen to Coach now because he know what it is. Like, nah, I don't want that for you.
Yeah, why can't you listen to me from the get-go? And it's funny because the BSU kids, man, they was doing a slideshow, man, and they went on the internet, found some pictures, man. Like, wait a minute, Coach Wright. I was bald by choice. I used to always shave my head,
Yeah.
And so then I got hair, and they were like, wait a minute, that's your coach, because people gotta look to see, who that is.
Yeah.
And it's that time frame now. And like you said, people are saying, oh man, that's your coach. And so I'm getting now that parents are like, wait a minute, that's your coach. You better listen to him. Do you know he did da-da-da-da?
Yeah.
And the kid's like, wait a minute, he ain't said it. What do you mean he ran a 10-2? How did he run a 10-2? Or he had a 46-inch vertical. I like these things. Like I talk crazy because I'm a competitor. I'm always talking crazy to him. It's actually funny, man. This is the first year, or maybe the second year, that I didn't race anybody on the track team.
Really?
Even when I got up to I was up to about 288.
Yeah.
None of the kids didn't beat me. So that
Really?
kind of started like a little urban legend more, because they was like, man, because I always waited to the end of the year. They don't know I'm secretly working out, doing all this stuff. or I do something like after repeat 400s. I'm like, all right, let's have that race now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But strategically, I still was enough to hit them gears. And they be like, wait a minute, man, you ain't supposed to be moving like that.
Right.
I'm like, I still got gears. You don't lose that. It's just the endurance behind it.
How did you guys, when you entered a race or you got on the field or whatever it is, right? Like, how did you both? What was your mentality? Because 39th and Burleigh, what street was you on?
Meadows. I'm from the North Meadows.
The Meadows, yeah.
The Meadows,
so you're the Meadows. Like, you're from these neighborhoods. You kind of know what's going on. Your friends are like probably in and out of they're in and out, whatever.
Yeah.
And then, but your mentality when you lace up them shoes and you see what you got to do, what are you thinking? What are you actually thinking?
Man, that's a great question, man, because I wore my neighborhood with pride, man.
Yeah.
Like, I think even with our Vincent team, that's what made us, because everybody was prideful of their neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And so it's like you're the representative of that neighborhood when you're in there. So I called it Voltron. Like, when you get together and we go create something.
Yeah.
But every dunk, everything was I'll tell you, Meadows, I'll do something and I'll run and run past you and say Meadows. Like, like it was prideful, man, at that time frame,
Just not backing down, man. I'm not a big guy in stature. So,
Yeah.
I wasn't 6 foot, this and that. So me, it was just always I'm here to compete.
Tenacious though.
I had to get at it. I mean, I took my lumps too, man. I was a state champion in the hurdles, right?
Yeah.
I should have been 2 times, but I got suspended my junior year. I was hurt. But I used to get walked by Dave Whitten and them when I was a freshman. So
man, them dudes, man.
I'm talking about they put me on the and it's like every day. It's like I gotta beat Dave.
Gotta get better.
Never beat him, but it's like him and Corey. I can't remember Corey's last name, but Dave and Corey, the 2 Vincent hurdlers.
Yeah, the hurdlers.
Well, they were seniors when I was sophomores. They the reason why I got to stay as a sophomore. Chasing them. So everything I did, I took in lumps. But like I always say, when you talk about stuff, it's a lot of people who competed against me who would tell you like it was hell. It wasn't like I wasn't gonna let up. And I didn't have like a little man thing because I'm kind of quiet by nature. But when I'm competing, I don't want to fail. I don't want to lose. And that's just the attitude.
Were you born with that though? Was that something like that when you were at home? Somebody, mom, pops was like, "Yo, this is what you gonna do."
Nah, man. I just was naturally athletic, and I ain't gonna lie. I gotta give a shout out to my brother, man. My brother Rodney Drew. When you got a twin, you got somebody to go against in every single thing you do. So
every day,
man,
fighting.
I'm watching my twins. I got the 2 sets of twins.
Oh yeah,
fighting every day.
I'm watching it happen right before my eyes, man. I'm like, you guys don't got to fight over that spoon. Like it's 2 of them.
Yeah,
like reading everything's a competition. Everything. If you answer a question, the other one is coming with a better question or answer, and it just keeps going in a circle. So as a parent, man, it's like I see it. Like they have to. But they make each other better.
Yeah,
I never purposely put them against each other. But by nature, man, they watching and looking what the result or how the reaction of how you treat the other. So they can be around that corner. You can be talking to one, and they'll just be looking, waiting to see how to answer, how your facial expression, how you're gonna hug. Like I have to pay attention to all those things, man. 'Cause twins.
There's also a certain level of aggression that you got to have, right? Like it brings it out. I remember my brother was 3 years older than me, and he has super fast hands, man. Even to this day, I've seen people with fast hands, but I'm like, man, I hate to get hit by him because he would hit me in between my punches.
Yeah.
So you can throw really fast punches, really fast kicks, but he hits you in between the punches.
Right.
And so
that's fast.
And it's really fast. And so I seen this dude, he was hitting the speed bag, and he's hitting the speed bag so cold, he hits the speed bag, boom, and he breaks the chain link off the speed bag, the ones we had in karate school, right? So I'm like, all right, like how do I get better than that? And I had to, every time I fought and every time I went against somebody, my brain, it just turned on. And it was like, all right, I gotta speed this up. Because I can't
competitive nature.
I couldn't lose. If I lost to him, then I'm losing to everybody else. But if I won against him, then I'm winning against everybody else.
Sure.
Like I'm blowing the competition out.
He set the bar for you.
You set the bar.
Yes.
And that's how I started with myself. Like as a fighter, just because I was taller earlier, I was fighting grown men. I was outside.
Yeah.
And so then when mom put me in taekwondo, she was like, hey, this you're gonna get some discipline.
Yeah.
She just created an animal even more, because it was like, shit, I already know how to fight, but now you don't give me these weapons like to do it.
Yeah,
and that's when I got with your dad. Then I got with the Nash brothers.
Yeah, oh yeah,
with Kevin Nash and them, man.
Kevin,
those guys,
Reggie,
man, Reggie, they trained me, man.
Yep.
And so they were in their primes, and they were just like finishing fighting.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, man, I ain't no project like y'all got me out doing stuff, man. And so then I'm like, all right, I got to get in between. I got to get my balance. I got to learn these kicks. I got to grapple. Like, and so, man, that kind of went into athletics because I wasn't playing the sport. I was fighting. That was my fight.
Yeah.
I'm rebounding, I'm pushing, I'm boxing. I'm touching you.
Yeah.
That's how I released my anger. That's how that transitioned into athletics, even when racing.
Yeah.
It was the same thing. Like football is the same thing. Just total, it's a fight. It's a fight.
And it builds confidence.
It builds confidence.
It builds, like, I never thought I was in a situation where I never had a chance. Never thought. Like I said, I made a joke about it earlier, but like, I look forward to playing Vincent.
Yeah.
Because why can't we beat them this time?
Yep.
And like I say, man, I give them so much. I know all them boys. Went against them. I used to hoop against George Highshaw since I was like 8. Like, basketball wasn't my thing, but I could play it well enough to be, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, I've never been in a game or a situation where I thought we didn't have a chance because I wasn't out there.
Yeah.
I was on the floor.
Yeah.
We had a shot. And that's how I carried myself and everything again, because like I wasn't the biggest, I wasn't the tallest, but by halftime, but man, who got Drew, man? Or somebody get him, whether it's football, we run track. I'm a 5'9" on a good day hurdler.
Yeah.
You see hurdlers James size.
Yeah.
So when I started hurdling, it was I'm gonna be the smallest hurdler, I'm gonna be the smallest state. Like everything I did for me was like, I got a chance to do it.
Raising that bar.
Right? Because you create that confidence. That's why I love sports for kids. I tell my own son, all my sons, it don't matter if you're the best on the team or the worst on the team. The tools that you get from playing is what's going to make you a better man. If you're good enough to go D1, if you're good enough to go pro, those type of things take care of themselves.
Right.
They take care of themselves because at that point, your athletic attributes will pick up.
Yep.
Your work ethic will pick up.
Yep.
You'll be a student of the game. Those things take over. Yep. So it ain't about you 11, you got to go pro.
Yep.
That's why sometimes when we see these videos, they show you 11-year-old, I'm like, oh, he cold, but like, what if he don't grow no more?
Yeah.
What if
what are other intangibles?
Where he stay 5'1".
Yeah.
Well, by high school, the worst dude on the team mess around and be a monster in high school. Like, it's so many things that go into. So are you treating your kids, or are we treating these kids be well-rounded individuals? Durable, strong, confident, picking up things, be coachable.
Right.
That's nothing they don't understand. Coachable. You got your daddy and them telling y'all the best thing ever, but don't nobody want to touch you because they can't talk to you. Are you coachable? Can I put you on a team? Can I trust you to go up to school? And that's what I'm talking about with James. We talk about these things. We could talk to kids. I lived on my own since I was 18. On my own, technically, like in college. Then from there to pros. I'm living in different countries.
This is the first time. We're the first to do it in our family. So we're learning by trial and error.
Yeah.
Like with that. And like I watch him with his son, man. It's funny because like we go out, we flag football or whatever the sport may be, but I see him, he always breaking a lesson down in a moment. And it's funny he said that because my wife was just telling my son something I told him I told him just about competing. I don't care about the win or the loss.
Yeah.
It's whether you go get back up and how you handle it, because my son's a sore loser right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but he's so competitive. I remember being like that at one point. But my wife told him, she said, hey, she showed him a YouTube clip about a young man. She's just telling him, you don't want to be in the sport and be invisible. So you don't want to be invisible. You want to find your way. You learn it, but you don't want to be invisible. You don't want to just be out there going through the emotions, you got to find a way to leave a mark.
Yeah.
That's in every sport.
And when we come back, we're going to come back and talk about the invisibility and sports in our community, in Milwaukee in particular, and how we can change the game. Come right back.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The Humbert Blow Foundation, Inc., nonprofit 501c3, and our presenting sponsor, Beta Philanthropies, Inc., invites you to the 32nd annual Humbert Blow birthday party for the kids on Saturday, June 27th from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. for kids ages 2 to 13 years old at the Fitzsimmons Boys and Girls Club and Metcalf School, located at 3400 West North Avenue on 34th and North. Admission is absolutely free, and after 32 years, you already know how it goes down. And this year, don't miss the kids' phone party. Shout out to our platinum sponsors, the Office of Early Childhood Initiative, Mighty Small Moments, the Brewers Community Foundation, Spectrum, and Westcare, Wisconsin. Our gold sponsors, Maleka Early Learning Center, Liquid, formerly the Oasis, Unite WI, Community Health Primary Care Services, LLC, the Greater Milwaukee Urban League, Eisenberg, Riley, and Zimmerman, and the New Pitts Mortuary. Our silver sponsors, Mr. B's Privilege Lounge and Dog City, along with Running Rebels and Griffin CDL Institute. Limited vendor spaces available. If you'd like to support or make a donation, email homerblowfoundation@gmail.com or call 414-248-4954.
Are people around me safe when I vape? Science does not support that belief. Exhaled vape emissions linger in the air, affecting indoor air quality and bystanders in the same space through secondhand exposure. Vaping emissions can also accumulate on clothes, hair, dust, and furniture, leading to exposure risks to bystanders of all ages. And vaping around a pregnant person can lead to serious health impacts on fetal and childhood development. Enough with the puff. Learn more at ul.org/vaping.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Don't act like that. Don't wear that. Don't think that. I've heard everything you tell yourself every time you felt different. And I want you to know that you can be vulnerable and powerful. That taking care of your mind is taking care of everyone you love and who loves you. Love your mind. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Man, so we got kids out here who don't want to compete with each other. Is okay? So the all-time modern topic of today is y'all gonna laugh. It's okay, baby. It's just participation.
Nah, I can't.
Nah, man.
It's participation.
After 6th grade, you gotta throw some skin in the game.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, man, I tell people I'm gonna go down on my sword because realistically, you gotta coach the parents too.
Right.
You know, when you got your own kids, you want them to compete. As I said earlier, we want them to compete, but have an understanding.
Yeah.
Like, because this is what life is. We're trying to use the sport to help you for life. Life is competition.
Yeah.
And so you're trying to teach these kids, like, at one point, you're going to have to take a step foot out in front of your friend.
Yeah.
Because now this is the generation where everybody gets a medal, which is cool. We got games for that. We got leagues for that. But when it gets to a certain level, you got to fight. That's just all it comes down to. You got to create that gauntlet and that respect and set those boundaries and let them know. I tell them all the time when they walk in the door, it's good that we got the summer programs. And that I tell them right away, hey, separate from your friends right now. It's okay to be the girl or be the guy and have some moxie and have some have some confidence within what you do, because if you put in the time, you deserve that.
Yep.
And that's what I try to tell the parents too. If your kid put in the time and I know what they're doing, I'm okay with maybe working them in within the team plan, but not because you said.
Yeah.
But if it was in the team concept and I know you grinding and you understand that you got to compete, so creating that gauntlet for your players, and it goes further then, because now the way it is now, everybody gets a medal. It's just a lot of tears.
Yeah,
it's just still a lot of cries.
I remember my dad. Yo, my father's wild, man, but he would always he was the one that would always say, he had this saying. It's super simple, and we have this saying too. We all have it. We would tell our the people that we're working with, our students, be first, be number one.
Yeah.
But my father would always, even in the martial arts, would be like, be first. So when you're fighting somebody, it's almost imperative to be first, even if you're counter fighting.
Yep.
Even if you're on defense, be first on that, because you don't want to get hit, right? You want to be the one to do the hitting. But he's also like the one, he will always say, even in the competition, don't bring number two.
Right.
Don't bring number two.
Yeah.
Be number one. And that goes over to the mastery, not just within the sport, but outside of the sport, as you were talking about. And as you were saying, you're not playing these sports just to play them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? You're playing these sports because you want to master something, because then you'll take that mastery and push it over to, your
real
corporate
life.
career, your real life, and you'll be able to master something, like master discipline, master your relationship, whatever it is you want to master your relationship with God.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You're able to master something.
And you plant that seed early to do that.
Yeah, man.
And that's where it transitions to all those other things.
Yeah.
It's dividends. You get what you put in is what you get out.
Right.
And that's what I try to tell people all the time, especially like I said, my son is going into the 6th grade and I constantly chew his ear up. But I'm just telling him like, man, it's crazy because you can really control how good you want to be.
Yeah.
Once you get to the age, and I don't even know if I ever thought about that. I don't know if James ever, but it's like, because I think my athleticism came so easy to me, I didn't really think about that. But what if we would have been to the point of have somebody talking to us about figure out what you do well.
Yeah.
And master that part.
Yeah.
So then that expose things you need to work on, as opposed to I'm just doing everything, but I'm so much better than people that I'm getting away with bad habits.
And that's where pros, that's the difference between pros and Joes. Like, even though we got all these things coming out of Milwaukee now, the difference of us doing it, I kind of mentioned it later, is having that pro to come in and tell you those things. Like, we did everything by trial and error.
Yeah.
But I won't say, I used to say that because it was people say, oh, it comes to you easy. You just, no, it didn't come to me easy. I actually worked on this.
Yeah.
Like, I remember from 5 years old, just racing. East St. Louis, everything's a race.
Yeah.
Like, that's why they have the most track athletes to come out of there.
Yeah.
My family, everything was a race. Everything was a relay. Like, it was just building that motor. And I played outside all day. Then been a club kid. We played all day.
Yeah.
So you're working every muscle. The things that they're paying for now is what we did within a sport.
Daily.
For
Daily.
free.
For free.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so people are paying these trainers, and I'm telling people, like, look, man, just come over and work out with me. I got something for you.
Yep.
Let's hit this track.
Yep.
Let's hit this hill.
Yeah.
Let's just get some discipline on this getting up every day at the same time, this repetition of training your body, like Randee said, just those disciplines, man. And this is the only thing I'm mad about in life between this and the clock.
Yeah.
Because you can't, we can't beat Father Time.
Nope.
But also that these kids can do so little
Yeah.
and get a lot right now. Like, we did a lot. And they can do, and I tell the athletes now, look, man, it's unfortunate that if all three of us in this room in our 24, we all go to practice, right?
Yeah.
We all do whatever we do.
Yeah.
You can work one more hour than him. I can work one more hour than you. And you're still right there.
Yeah.
But we can reap the benefit, like, because everybody's just doing the same thing at the same rate every day.
Yeah.
And so now if you put 2 days in there, or if you work out 5 days on your craft, you can get a D1 scholarship.
Kobe said it right.
Easy.
Kobe was like, and Jordan, them guys, and other people.
Yeah.
But putting in the work on the front end pays off on the back end.
10,000 hours.
If somebody's in the gym for, I don't know, if your opponent's in the gym for 10 hours per day, you're looking like, okay, if they in the gym for 10 hours, I need to be in the gym for about 15.
Yeah.
Like, I need to.
Nothing beats intentional hard work.
Yeah.
So like James said, everything's catchy now. You can go on YouTube, somebody can do a clip, because they really just showing clips of the people doing stuff perfect.
Right.
They doing them like, oh, he cold. You just seen them do the end result of something.
Yeah.
Nobody sees what it took to get to that point. Whether this kid can do it 10 times or you just caught him on the one time he did it out of 10 tries.
Right.
You don't know. So that's why I tell my son all the time, like, you control your destiny as far as your craft, your discipline, and your focus.
Yep.
You can go outside every day right now for 20 minutes and do ball handling drills.
Yep.
And in a month or two, your ball handling will tremendously increase. You'll be a better basketball player. You can go outside right now, take the speed ladder, hit the ladder.
Yep.
In a month or two, you will tremendously increase your speed, your agility, your jumping, because these are things you control. So like James said, we did that because I'm chasing him through the park.
Yep.
We flipping off of picnic tables.
Don't get off that mat, you go catch ringworm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And when we come back, we're gonna come right back. We'll take a quick break. Well, kind of a break. And then we'll be right back with Randee Drew and James Wright on the Grapevine.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey. When I met both of them, it was like my missing pieces were found. Like it was just like an instant, these are my kids. If you're considering adopting a teen, just do it. Kids need families. I don't care the age, everybody deserves a family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
You're listening to Milwaukee Black Talk on 101.7 FM.
The Truth.
And 1510 AM. W269DL. Milwaukee. A Milwaukee Black media company.
Yes. Welcome back to hour number 2 with Randee Drew and James Wright, Milwaukee legends in athletics and also education. But we're going to blend and merge the two in this second hour of the Grapevine. I'm your host, Manan Sabir. This is 101.7 The Truth Radio. And before we begin, I would like to give a shout out to our sponsors. American Family Insurance is a proud sponsor of The Truth. For almost 100 years, they've been committed to helping families protect what matters most, your home, your vehicle, and the dreams you're building every single day. And if you're part of the Truth audience, you already know you work hard for yours. That's why having the right protection in place matters. American Family Insurance helps you stay ready for whatever life brings so you can focus on moving forward. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com. Fellas, what Milwaukee neighborhood deserves more investment in recreation?
In recreation, I don't know. I'm not sure how strategically spaced out with, I always go back to Boys and Girls Club centers or just centers for kids.
Yeah,
to
speaking
get
of
off
the
streets. Oh, centers for kids to get off the streets. So
Yeah.
To say what area needs more, I'm not really sure. I know we need more, metroplexes or plexes in the city that people can hold more, events, tournaments, basketballs.
Because we got the yard out there.
Yeah, but that's all
north,
on on the outskirts. It's not in the city.
Yeah.
It's not in the city.
New Berlin, OAW, we're going everywhere else now.
Yeah.
And that's building up their economy because we're paying to go out there,
spend money with
them, their gas, their hotels, like they're hosting these tournaments and
even going from your neighborhood on, let's say, 44th and Burleigh, 39th and Burleigh, the Meadows, you're going out to these neighborhoods and you're looking at all these homes. And as you're traveling from, a home on the Meadows or wherever from the inner city to the suburban homes, you're looking like, okay, well, that home looks valuable and viable enough for me to purchase and or move into. Mm-hmm. So not only are you seeing it as an athlete, but the coaches are seeing it that are taking you out there, and they're thinking like, man, I can actually move out here and do community work. From I can take these athletes out here and invest their time in these communities versus the one that I need to invest in my community, right?
Yeah, I think people get comfortable. And it's a culture shock, coming from the inner city and, James working out in the suburban school, I'm working out in the suburban school.
Yeah.
It is like night and day when it comes to resources and things that get allocated to certain areas and just the opportunities given, to a certain demographic. And I mean, whether it's purposeful or not, there is a part of you that kind of be like, man, you wish you could give back more in another way. But me being a 220 kid, like I said, growing up, I had to catch a bus 45 minutes to an hour every day to school.
Oh, wow.
So come up, like I said, my parents gave me the best upbringing I wouldn't trade it for nothing, but when you go out there and you start seeing these homes in Bayside and Fox Point and River Hills and Glendale and Whitefish Bay, it's just a different environment. You're seeing a different, scenery.
Yeah.
And then, I think that was also part of the thing that, for me, and I think a lot of athletes, because we all didn't come from just dire needs and crack babies.
Right.
We ain't all like that. We all had parents who loved us. That's not the
yeah.
situation for me
Yeah.
and for a lot of us. But I think it also motivated me to say one day I want that as well.
Yeah.
Or why can't I have that one day? Or I start traveling and you start talking to people who got money, and I'm in NFL locker rooms when I was a rookie and talking to dudes and they telling me stuff. It's like, these things are viable, man.
It can happen.
What vehicle are you gonna use to get there? That's the thing.
And I think a lot of people, when they look at a black athlete and the stereotype of a black athlete, like we came from these, you're right, dire situations, but they don't realize like our parents, no matter what was going on in their life,
right.
they were well-meaning parents. So, for example, like, some people, the stereotype of black parents don't read to their kids, or black parents don't have books in the home. Yeah, black parents have books in the home. They read a lot, and we actually discuss some of these books too.
Yep.
And even especially back then, prior to the prevalence of social media, like our parents were doing the best that they could.
Yeah. I agree.
So, what about you? What neighborhood you think deserves more investment?
I think the whole
this is a shout out to the mayor. We're gonna have the mayor on.
I
know we're gonna talk about that later on.
But I think more like the Boys and Girls Clubs, man.
Yeah.
I think like just getting that back going, man, because our kids are in dire needs, man. Like they want to do stuff, but now it's limited. The Boys and Girls Club was an outlet, man. I mean, and even with the athletics, you were going to different Boys and Girls Clubs to compete.
Yeah.
Per your area that you stayed in.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of them have partnered with the schools, but I just think it's not enough, man, because they're actually, everyone's leaving. They're trying to get out because they want their kids to be able to utilize the resources in other places. Or some people are just in the city and they have to go an hour, 45 minutes to an hour away just to utilize their resources.
Yeah.
And so not having anything in the city or having anything, like I think they talking about the data center in Midtown, that need to be a Boys and Girls Club.
Easily.
That need to be it's right there in the middle. It's 10 minutes away from every part of the city.
Yeah.
To host things there, man. But we just got to get things in place so far as security, so far as mentors, all those different things that come back into the area. I think that's what that area should be used for. Instead, so it's transit. You can get there. You can take a bus. You can ride your bike. It's 10 minutes, 11 away from every place in the city, right there, in that Midtown area, right there.
Yeah, it literally sits almost in the middle of the city.
That's why it's called Midtown.
Yeah,
it's right in the middle.
Yeah, that's deep. What's one thing that Milwaukee gets wrong about youth sports, though?
Gets wrong?
Yeah,
that's a deep question. So many different sports, man. I think we have. I think we.
Because you also play soccer, so you played dual sports at the same exact time.
I think we're seeing more and more, basketball talent, if anything, coming out of Milwaukee right now. I think we booming with and again, to James' point, resources.
Yeah, a
lot of NBA cats, high level college guys are coming back and training now and getting involved with kids younger and younger, and it's becoming a thing. Shout out Chapman.
Mike Taylor, man.
Mike Taylor.
Shout out to Mike Taylor. We got to call in Mike 833-212-1017.
He loved Milwaukee like no other. Chapman, his thing. He got a whole gang. He got about 75 teams. I mean, but there's so many people coming back.
Yeah,
and they getting the stuff that me and James was talking about now. See, now we talking to the kids, but now they getting that from maybe got a couple cats up under us
Yeah.
at a younger age and getting it now. So now you got kids again, they training at 11, 10
Right.
and doing these things and getting that. So, I mean, I don't think Milwaukee got anything wrong. I think we need to provide more resources.
Yeah.
Like James said, we need more stuff in the city. And not to say I'm all in it, but like in the city where we don't have to travel to Franklin or out to Port Washington or out to
New Berlin
and Waukesha to Center Court to play game, when it could be some stuff more centralized that's giving people and families, allowing them to travel together, watch their kids play. And it makes more sense, but with the way the economy is and the way things are going to see, we kind of veering from that, but we need to provide just more opportunities and outlets for kids inside the city.
Do you think as a black man, are you providing the best, and this is a kind of introspective question, but do you think you're providing the best service for our children, or do you feel like you can do a lot more?
Now that's deep. And I can speak for myself only to this point. I go above and beyond.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to gauge what that is per person.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can do what I can do.
Yeah.
But yours and Randy's might be totally different.
Mm-hmm.
But I know in my scope, I'm going above and beyond for those things. And it's deep because you have families too.
Yeah.
And within that time frame and under that umbrella, you're trying to, multitask everything you can.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always looking for a better way to do something. Like I don't believe in reinventing the wheel, but I still always looking for something that I know that can help.
Yeah, I think it comes down to, as you evolve as a man, things change. When I was younger, I did a lot of stuff. I had time to do things like that. I remember when I worked for the CLC program, and one of my favorite students, I remember he was going to prom. I bought him his first tuxedo for prom. Like those are things that made me proud.
Yes.
But as we get older, and to James' point, we get families and we got different responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
We're interjecting ourselves in a different manner. So,
right.
Leading by example.
So I always think, to James' point, I think I do a lot of my camp that I've been running coming up on year 11 for my African American youth camp that we run in Concordia.
Man, that's big time.
I love that camp. I mean, I'm 44, man. I'm still staying on campus at night with the kids, man, getting up and sleeping on the little twin bed, and because it means that much to me.
Yeah.
So I do feel that way, but I also feel like because of our athletic prowess, like James was saying and you were saying, Manon, even though we do feel like we're going above and beyond, we probably still think like, I can still change that. I can make a difference with that. You start stretching yourself thin, and then you got to get reined back in because now the twins is calling James and stuff like that. That type of stuff. My twins, my son, my daughter, their mother, anybody they ask me, I need to be there. I need to do something. I got to be at a recital. I got to be at a graduation. I got to, you got to balance your life out. So it's a fine line.
So I want to talk about this, but with Giannis being traded, we put, and we put a lot of emphasis on athletes. Is you think his responsibility was, and this could be, of course, your opinion, but like, do you think it was his responsibility to stay because he brought so much business to Milwaukee, or do you think, man, go get yours?
I don't think it was his responsibility. Oh, he got a family.
Yeah.
He got to do what's right for him. He came to the city and far exceeded what anybody thought that he even was supposed to do. The man brought us a championship. That man, he built infrastructure downtown. He's created platforms and pathways for inner city youth
for
and
jobs. Even the stuff he's doing for the summer, man.
Yeah,
it's great.
What we spoke about earlier, like out of all the pros, being around, he made it. He was intentional about the Giannis effect.
Yeah.
You hear about the Vince Carter effect in Canada, Michael Jordan effect in Chicago. I think what he brought and these people seen is what we embraced him because of that, which the industrial, the hard working.
Right.
He came in as hard working, and then he got right down, got his family involved. And then he got involved with our city, man. And anybody that understand their position, to do that, I give respect for him, man, because the things that we were asking for is what he came and did. And these guys are getting paid these millions of billions that are in those platforms to do so.
We're gonna take a break. We're gonna take a quick break, and we'll come right back. But I'm gonna want to ask a few questions about childhood obesity and and fighting childhood obesity, especially in Milwaukee, Bruce City. Hey, you all take a break. Come back to the Grapevine.
Mommy, can I sit in the front seat just this one time? Please, please, please.
No, not yet.
But why?
Because I love you, and you're just not ready yet. Now, get in the back so I can get you in your car seat, please.
Putting your kids in the right seat for their age and size is an act of love. Check that your kids are in the right seat at NHTSA.gov/the right seat. Love protects. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
In sitcoms, when someone has a problem, they just blurt it out and move on.
Well, I lost my job and my parakeet is missing. How was your day?
But the real world is different. Managing life's challenges can be overwhelming. So, what do? We get support. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have mental health resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. See how much further you can go when you take care of your mental health.
For 250 years, our armed forces have bravely served America. Wounded Warrior Project honors that legacy by supporting post-9/11 service members and veterans like Anthony, a Marine who was injured by a roadside bomb in Afghanistan.
They carried me through my injuries, not just my physical, but my mental. And seeing other vets doing the same thing helped me tell myself, hey, you can do this.
Join us in honoring warriors at woundedwarriorproject.org/America.
In the United States, a vehicle is stolen every 31 seconds, about as long as this message. Luckily, you can take a few easy steps to protect your car in the same amount of time. Remove your valuables, roll up your windows, don't leave your car running unattended, lock your doors, and take your keys or fob. If you have information about a crime, call the police. If you suspect insurance fraud, also call 800-TEL-NICB. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
I always had to be so good, no one could ignore me. Carve my path with data and drive. But some people only see who I am on paper. The paper ceiling, the limitations from degree screens to stereotypes that are holding back over 70 million stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes, rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time for skills to speak for themselves. Find resources for breaking through barriers at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
I'm Chris Jakimick. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakimick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Yes, and we're back with Randee Drew and James Wright. Hey, what's the biggest mistake that parents make with their young athletes? What's the biggest mistake?
Candy,
man.
Candy and soda.
Hey, y'all. Hey, listeners, if you listen, this is the question. What is the biggest mistake parents can make with young athletes? We're gonna put this up on the poll. 833-212-1017. 833-212-1017. What is the biggest mistake parents can make with young athletes? We're gonna put it out on the chat. But go ahead.
Living through their kids, man.
Living through their kids
and
and
holding
Candy.
them accountable. With Candy, but you talking about obesity? Why are you just talking about in general?
In general.
And I say all the time, man, you see people, and this is not a shot at nobody, but you see individuals who have not played their own chosen sport at a high level.
Yeah.
And they putting their kid through the grind at 10, 11, 12 and living through them when, I think, that causes early burnout.
Yeah.
Or injury.
Mm-hmm.
A bad relationship between you and your child.
Yep.
Like I said, I'm a firm believer. Hard work pays dividends. There's nothing like it, intentional hard work. But a lot of special things that happen with people and a lot of special talents, that's going to take care of itself.
Yeah.
God-given stuff going to take care of itself one way or another.
Yeah.
What you do on the backside when ain't nobody watching is what enhances it.
Mm.
So you can be 6'10",
yeah,
and trash.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can be 6'10", trash, and we see you in 2 years, now you a 5-star.
Right.
You know, like, and that's all because of what you're doing. Ain't nobody
That
watching.
discipline and working, that integrity piece, that you raised your bar and to the point where he said, the parent can't make you go in there.
Right.
Like, I can always tell right away when, the parent is setting it up. Oh, we got to drop off here. We got to drop up. We got to pick them up there. Da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
At what point are you saying, hey, let me ride my bike over here? Yep. Or are you making that call, hey, I want to get to the gym. Yep. Can you pick me up? Coach, what time the gym is open? Like, those are the ones that separated because they want it.
Yep. And not because the parent wanted it.
Not because we set up their lives. We set up for them to have it better than us.
Yeah.
But it still has to be that separation to say, hey, okay, like my son now, I say, dog, I'm not going to keep doing push-ups with you.
Yeah.
Like, at what point are you going to do this on – like, you got to do this on your own.
Right.
So that goes a long way, man. But trying to live through them, it's tough, man, because we all want what's best for them, what we think is best for them.
Correct.
But what helped me as a coach parent, I had to have trial and error with other parents and their kids.
Yep.
First, because I would have a parent that say, oh, man, my kid's soft, man. Man, he's soft, man. I don't know if I want to hoop no more. And I had to really pull him to the side, and I had to tell him, hey, man, do you want a relationship with your son?
Yep.
Because the sports are going to stop.
Yep.
But let me ask you this question. How did he get here?
Yeah.
You picked him up and you're dropping him off, right?
Yeah.
How did we get to that? We rode the bus, we walked, we went. Those things that build the callus for you to become, to build that toughness. Every play set that's set for him, you set it up.
That's right.
So there's been no point where he can or she can get a feeling of if this is what I want to do, but also to learn the groove outside of you being around.
Yeah.
So we got to be so careful with that because, like, the sport stopped.
Yeah.
Me and our relationship, we wanted to go. And one thing about a kid, you don't want to tarnish that because later they grow with that. They grow with that, and it can take some time to repair it because you came down on them. Do this.
Right.
And they like, well, I really didn't want to do this. And if you would have paid attention to me outside of what you wanted me to do, you would have known that.
You support them and not control them.
That's right.
You support them and control them. It don't take me nothing to show up to your game.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But what you do in the game, now we can have conversations. Because I've been with you when you've worked on something and you've been doing this. You're Dad, I'm trying to do this. I'm like, man, I ain't see you do none of that in the game.
Right.
It ain't about failing. You fail, you can't get better. You don't know what your capabilities are until you try it and fail.
That's
or you
right.
try it and you do it.
That's right.
That's probably how people end up dunking one day. One day James probably looked at the rim and said, man, you know what? Man, I can dunk. And you go do it and you try it and you dunk. And now you ain't never missed a dunk after that because you know you can do it.
I'm telling you, it's funny you say that, man. But that's how I started.
Let me ask you a question. So about dunking, we can like hit the rim.
I dunked once in my life.
Really?
Give me some credit, man.
So and I believe me because them athletes, man, he one of those dudes you keep telling me he can't do something.
You're going to go do it.
But what's funny is I started dunking at 5'8".
Really?
So I started, man. That's why I say it can happen. All the conversations we're having right now can happen. I remember in 6th grade saying, I want to touch the net.
Yeah.
I started running, touching the net. Next thing you know, I was touching the middle of the net.
Yeah.
Then next thing you know, I was touching the rim.
Yeah.
And then a 5, the funny thing is a 5'6", 5'5" person taught me how to dunk.
Really?
Eddie Jones taught me how to dunk. And I was 5'8", 5'9" then. And so once it did that, then I had a growth spurt. So you got the speed with it, and I was a gymnastics dude. I was flipping the soccer and all that, and it just kind of once you get that energy of that, man, it ain't no turning back.
Oh, I got a bunch of questions. So let me ask you a question. When you first dunk, we got that part.
Yeah.
Who was the person that you dunked on?
So man, it's crazy.
No, I'm talking about the ugly.
No, I'm talking about
ugly dunk. You dunked on somebody like, yeah, I got him.
My first dunk was a Sports Center top 10 dunk when I was 13.
What?
Guy Jimmy Bates.
Yeah.
It was a guy, man. We was in NCSL league up in Vincent High School.
Yeah.
And I had just learned how to dunk, and me and my cousin, we talking about what we go do if we get on a fast break. I get a steal, and he was a high flyer. I didn't know who he was at that time. He was older. We were playing 18U. I was playing up.
Right.
And, shot blockers, he timed me going from this side, like jogging, like he was going to time it. I'm like, no, I'm dunking this. I know, man. I gathered my speed. Boom! And it was like 4 other games going on at the same time. I didn't even know it was an and one. Like his leg, he was wrapped around me, and I dunked. It came down. I was running to go back to the other end. And, man, I'm talking about all the games stopped, man. You know, at Vincent at that time, they had each court.
Yep.
All the games stopped, man. Like, everybody ran onto our court like, dog, do you know what you just did? You know who that is?
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I don't care. Like, that was my first dunk, man. So my cousin, we said we was going to do it. So it was crazy, man. But I think I was 13, maybe 14. 13 going on 14.
That's crazy. Is it useful to play multiple sports? Because when you were talking about how you class sports for kids, not just multiple, sports, like organized sports, just sports in general.
Yeah, because you're cross training.
Yeah.
You know, if you playing soccer, you're working on your footwork. If you playing football, you're working on your agility and your hand-eye coordination. If you playing basketball, you're using different muscles or the same muscles in different ways.
Yeah.
But nowadays, I mean, you're starting to see. I'll use baseball. I'm not even a huge baseball guy, but you're starting to see kids in high school having Tommy John surgery or shoulder surgery because they throwing 1,000 baseballs a summer.
Right. Yep.
They pitching all day. Now they got things like pitch count stuff. Again, I'm not no baseball guy.
Right.
But you got people who they wake up, they in the batting cage, go home, they go back up, they throwing 100 pitches. They come, and they just doing it for one sport. Or you got kids who wake up in the gym, dribbling, shooting, move. And now you got these kids who, like I said, either A, burnt out.
They're not durable.
Or they not they injury because they're overworking the same muscle in the same manner for years and years and years.
Yeah. So they not flipping, they not wrestling.
There's no
cross training, none of that.
Yeah.
Because everybody got their mindset on you gonna be a basketball player. Yep. You gonna be a boxer. And I'm not. And some of those kids make it.
Yeah.
Some do.
Yeah.
But it's more that don't.
Yep.
It's more kids that don't. And those are the kids that I worry about is because if you put all your eggs in the basket, because from 5th grade to 9th grade, you was the best thing smoking.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, somebody had a growth spurt and caught you.
Yeah.
And now everything, because that's your world.
That's your world.
How you gonna go from the best to the mid of the pack or worse?
Fast and stronger, like all those things. and it's crazy because boys really grow to their 21.
Yeah.
And so whether it's mentally IQ wise, strength, speed, or one of those things happen for us. Or like I grew an inch and a half in college. Like we really do go to that time frame, and that's the difference. The little dude who everybody talking about ranked, he in 8th grade, but he got a grown man body.
Yeah,
we sit back and I'm telling my son now, I'm like, man, don't you worry about that.
Right.
I don't want you being good early right now.
Why? Let's
take it a little bit at a time. Just compete. But we're not we're gonna cross train. We're gonna do track. You go skate. You go ride a skateboard. You go swim. You're gonna because now these kids we set it up for them.
Yeah.
You go to pay for the trainer, they go to their sport, then they go home and they done for the day. For the day.
Yeah.
I'm like, dog, it's 8 more hours or 6 more hours, especially in the summertime. We finna go hit the hill. We finna go ride the bikes.
Mm-hmm.
Like all those things that build that flexibility. You gotta think about the muscles go both ways.
Yep.
But if you stuck on that sport, as Randee said, it's only one way. That's why when these guys get these injuries, things that would take us a week, 6 to 8 weeks for everybody else because it's that scar tissue is going one way.
Yep.
You haven't broke it both ways to keep it durable.
Hey, I gotta. So when you guys were training and going through the things you're going through with your careers and stuff like that, hip hop played a big role. And I know we've seen all genres of hip hop from like 80s, 90s, 2000s up to now. Hip hop, especially if I look at what I went through as an athlete, I know hip hop and music was something I used to actually help prepare me. But we do it in every genre, like James Brown, Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, whoever else was going on at that time, right? Like it was all of this, correlation, this parallel with music and sports. When we come back, I want to ask you guys a question. How did music influence your career, and how can we use that to help influence the kids now? But when we come back, you guys, we got Randee, Drew, and James Wright going into our last part of the interview. We're gonna ask them these rapid fire questions at the end too. I want to test their mettle. Let's take this break.
Want to save money on energy bills? With free tools from We Energies, you're in control. Manage your energy use with easy tips. Earn rebates on home upgrades, calculate your energy use, create savings goals, view and compare bills, and more. With We Energies, the energy info you need is at your fingertips. Save your way at weenergies.com/simple savings or download the app. We Energies. Simple steps, real savings.
At UW Milwaukee, students don't have to wait until college to start building their future. Roar Ready lets students K through 12th grade join in hands-on programs across campus. From science and tech to arts, sports, and more, students try new things, meet new people, and build skills that matter. Programs are led by UW Milwaukee faculty, staff, and current students. And it's easy to register online. Get started today at uwm.edu/roarready. UW Milwaukee. Roar Ready. Your child's future starts here.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
'Cause remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back. We're about to pick some more grapes off the grapevine with Randee Drew and James Wright. Closing the achievement gap. Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So
talk about that,
man. The CAGC, man. So I've been in Whitefish Bay going on 13. So probably about 11 or 12 years ago, man. I was in work one day and two men that mean a lot to me, mentors. Dr. Damon Means, who is the superintendent of Wauwatosa School Districts, and Dr. Elliot Moser, who was my superintendent and principal when I was at Nicolay. They was there for a meeting talking about the Close the Achievement Gap. I had no idea. So when they was walking out, they was like, I got something for you, so make sure you get in contact with me.
Yeah.
So the Close the Achievement Gap started with about 4 schools. I don't want to start naming a bunch of districts and get it wrong, but and the whole premise was, how can we get our black and brown students in predominantly white schools to fare better educationally in school? How can we improve their time? How can we improve their environments and their just experience in these schools? Because a lot of the times people think, and we all doing better now, but people think, I'm gonna take my kid and put them out here so they can be safe. They ain't got to worry about this and about that. And it's a fine line with that. Because I tell people all the time, first of all, it's good if you live in that community.
Right.
And if you want to send your student to a predominantly white school, in my opinion, as a black man, you got to make sure you're ready to do school with your kid. And what I mean by that is you got to be there. Yeah. They got a band concert. They got a basketball game. They got a swim meet. They got a debate tournament. They in the chess team. They in the play.
Yes.
Volunteer PT. Whatever you got to do, you want to be visible.
Yeah.
Involved, and you got to be visible so people can know that your student is not alone. And they won't get ran over. So we started this camp. When it first started, it was the African American. It was the African American Youth Initiative, but it first started with just boys.
Yeah.
And then we kind of blew it up, and now it's boys and girls. The African American Youth Initiative. I think we got around 40 school districts that are part of the CAGC, the Closing the Achievement Gap Consortium.
Yeah.
Man. So we do 3 days, 2 nights at Concordia. with the kids. We try to give them a real college experience, living in dorms, getting to know people that you don't know, programming from local people who want to come talk and pour into our kids, take them on field trips. And I love it because, we're talking about all these things that me and James doing and what you do as being athletes, because a lot of stuff I used to do was always connected to athletics.
Right.
This ain't got nothing to do with athletics.
Wow.
This is all about, and I love it, it's all about empowering kids so they can see.
It's dope, man.
Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright. Go find Mr. Wright. Go talk to Mr. Wright.
Yep.
Like I'm telling them that when we meet him. Go find him. And he don't know, well, he know now, but he don't know the impact that he's having on kids that they can walk through. They may not even talk to him.
Yeah.
But to see Mr. Wright in the hallway is a big deal for black and brown kids in predominantly white schools.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Being an advocate, man. Like it's some stuff that's different that's going on.
Yeah.
And a lot of families do a disservice because they think because it's safe and it's a good school, the drop off is good enough.
Yeah. They ain't got to walk in.
They ain't got to walk in.
Your shirt says show up.
Man, it's big, man.
Yeah.
It's big. Because now, with me being there now they're like, hey, who is this email from this Mr. Wright or Coach Wright? Because I'm pushing your kid.
Yeah.
Hey, you can sign up for this AP class. This is what's going on here. But also, come talk to me.
Yeah.
Now, I'll tell you my background and why I'm here. Because the kids are smart.
Yep.
But they don't want to be pushed.
Yeah.
They don't, like, as long as you're not creating any problems, it's fine. Nobody's going to say, hey, sign up for this and sign up for that.
Right.
Or get involved with this. As long as you're quiet and you're just getting your grades, it's cool.
What do you guys say to the parent that advocates for the drop off? I drop my son, daughter off. They do their sports at 2:20 wherever, and they have to go to work. Busy parent.
Yeah.
I got to answer in my head, but what would you say to that particular parent?
Make the time. Get that schedule. One thing that these 220 schools and a lot of these schools have is they overly communicate. You can go on the website, you can go on the calendar, you can be added to stuff. So every time something is going on, And sometimes the kids, you have to do it because the kids, nobody wants their parent just around.
Right.
They ain't gonna say, hey, Dad, can you come to? Some do, some don't.
Right.
But most of them, they just want to be with their peers. But the ones that are involved do better.
Yeah.
They come in for those fires. They're like, hey, they got a parent. Oh, this is going on. That's what they don't want, So just show up and get involved. Like, I don't care if it's once out the month or something, but show that presence. Be that presence.
What would you guys say to the kid that's what would you guys say to the kid that's overweight, obese, maybe, we call them whatever name. What would you say to that particular kid that's at home? They're listening to this. They don't want to call in, or the parent doesn't want to call in. They're on the video games, and school is coming up. They want them to go and participate in, a sport. They want them to talk to you guys.
Get involved. Get involved. James said it. Get involved.
Get involved.
He said something that's strong, and he said it because I'll always use that as an example. A lot of people think that when you go to school every day and like James, you don't cause no waves, you're a decent student, you under the radar. Those the ones we got to look out for.
Yes.
Those the ones, the quiet ones who think because they're living in a quote unquote hell.
Yeah.
Yep. Mentally on their own.
Yeah.
They dealing with it.
They not enjoying their time.
Yeah.
School should be a time that you can think back on and be like, man, I have fond memories of high school. And now we all had our own paths, right?
Yeah.
Star jock. I was a jock, this and that. Did good in school. Could have did better in the classroom if I'd have been, a lot of things. But like, those are the kids, like, find your community. Like, working in a high school, one thing I always see is like, kids find their community. Kids find their niche.
Right.
They find what works for them. If it's 5 people or if it's 100 people, they find the people they gel with. That's what you want to make sure that your kid go to school and they got somebody in that building that they jam with. Because that's how you get motivated. And that's how you start doing stuff.
And peers, that's what helped it. Your peers pretty much run everything. We can say what we say.
Yeah.
But that leadership from a peer is what's going to carry. What we at Nicolay right now, we got the strength conditioning program going on. And this is the most kids we had in the summer. At first, it was more athletes that were signed up.
Yeah.
But I'm telling these athletes, hey, get your friend. Come on out here so we can exercise. We can have fun. So we can be around these people and hear these conversations, what you should be eating, what you shouldn't be. It's to the point now that the athletes, and it's funny that they have a soda or something.
Yeah.
And they walking near me and they're like, hey, he's going to pour it out. Don't go there. Because now they're starting to speak the language. Hey, that ain't what we should be doing. Like,
right.
Let's get healthy. So just having those people in conversations.
So the NIL, this is a big deal. The NIL is a big deal. Having money readily available for these kids. A lot of these parents, to your point, are pushing for their kids to, not diversify in a sport, but actually intensify the particular sport that they feel that the kid is, has progress and prowess in. What do you feel? Do you feel like? Do you feel kids should get paid? I mean, and now these NIL deals are real. This real money. It's not your Vegas, kind of, gambling money. It's like real money.
So think about this. That kid is getting paid, right?
Yeah.
Let's think about the payee.
Mm-hmm.
How much are they getting? If they got enough to pay you.
Right.
It's kind of I'm jealous of it more because, like we spoke about earlier, it's about image and likeness, right?
Mm-hmm.
How your character, how you carried yourself. If you're marketable, you should. If somebody's benefiting off of your likeness or you being a part of it, almost down to the college stuff, you should get something of it. Most people like to say, "Oh, well, you're getting an education." That was a big thing at first. That's a big argument. You're getting an education. That's enough. That's a job, man.
Yeah.
That's a job.
Yeah.
And that you getting paid with your countering it with your education.
Right.
So you're going to school and you're still going to work.
Mm-hmm.
So your pay is that, but someone is getting paid 10 times more than what you're getting.
While you're playing.
Would
you guys like to have if you guys have any I've been reminded, if you guys have any questions, comments, and or concerns for Randee, Drew, and James Wright, please give us a call, 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017. These brothers are experts, and I say experts, not in just athletics, but also education. So would you have liked to have been paid if you were in that position, when you were in that position?
Knowing what I know, yes.
Of course. Yeah. Money is money, of course.
Yes. Money is money, man.
Yeah.
It's just I wish it was regulated better.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they had sports has just turned into big business.
Yeah.
And it's these kids are making adult choices, and don't know everything they need to make the right choices.
Right.
And they doing what any kid would do. White, black, brown, whatever. They chasing the money.
Right.
They chasing the money, but again, when we look on ESPN and we read and all these things, you're only reading about the 1 or 2% who really getting money,
right,
who are really transforming that into something or going pro.
Yeah.
We're not talking about the kids who are jam-packed in the transfer portal, chasing money, who never find a school, who end up dropping out of school and going to a junior college, getting stuck, all these things. They're not talking about those kids. It's way more stories of failure in that regard as opposed to kids getting money.
It's like anybody who's starting a business that don't have any business background. You go burn up money trying to learn about it than if you went to school for business,
and
learn it. That's basically what it is, because now that's what's happening. Think about the people that are going broke that's been in the pros.
Yeah.
These are first time people that's getting their hands on this money too.
And they're blowing it.
And
a lot of people
by
are blowing it.
By far.
You guys know a lot of athletes that have went through millions and millions of dollars.
Yes.
And are back at home.
Yep. Back at square one.
That's humbling.
Yep.
I mean, I see both ways. I know guys who still doing well. Guys whose lifestyle has changed a little bit. But it's all trial and error. I will say this for the young men that are getting real money right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot more outlets, because a lot of them, I just keep using James here right now. They have a lot more James Wrights in their life.
Yep.
They have a lot more individuals like Manan Sabir. They have a lot more people that they can tap into.
Yes.
Family members who can say, "Hey man, go buy them 2 duplexes. Hey man," so they are in better situations. They would do way better with that type of money than I would do.
Yeah.
At that age, I'd be the first person to say it. But I wish they could regulate the transfer portal. I wish they could regulate and mandate that these kids are leaving with a piece of paper, instead of having kids on their 5th and 6th school, chasing money. You play ball for 6 years. Yeah, you play ball for 6 years. You ain't got a degree.
Yeah,
you a millionaire though. You know what I'm saying? So you still might be cool, but you done did all that.
Yep.
You don't even love the game no more. That's why, and to James' point, the pros are going to start losing bargaining chips because kids are opting to stay in school for another year. Oh, I ain't going to be in the first round. I just stay and make another $800,000 this year at college and do what I do. You know, like that's crazy to have that option when the whole goal was to get to the league.
When we come back, we're going to ask Randee and James our rapid fire questions. We're going to come right back and pick some more grapes. Let's take this break.
At Milwaukee College Prep, we believe brilliance lives in every child. Here, students are challenged, supported, and celebrated every single day. With small class sizes, dedicated teachers, and a proven track record of academic excellence, MCP is helping Milwaukee kids reach their fullest potential. Enrollment is still open for grades K-3 through 8. Apply today. Give your child a school where they'll thrive. Visit mkuprep.com or call today. Milwaukee College Prep, brilliance lives here.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We gotta make moves and make them early. Set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up and stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
For 75 years, the Muscular Dystrophy Association's voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
For 75 years, we've willed the impossible into existence.
For 75 years, the MDA community has pushed the science,
shifted the narrative, and established the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day, when this is all a thing of the past,
you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
You can't buy a best friend. You can love them, walk them, pet them, and care for them, whether they want you to or not. You can take a picture or 50. You can fly to the moon, travel the world, or just stay in bed. You can't buy a best friend like that, but you can adopt one. There are millions of pets waiting for a best friend just like you. Help us save them all at bestfriends.org.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, though, may I ask if there are any unlocked guns in your home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Yes, we're back. We're going to pick some more grapes with Randee and Drew, or Randee Drew and James Wright. Listen, y'all, we got a caller. What's up, caller? Steve?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. How you doing,
Steve? I just wanted to give not too bad. I just wanted to give a shout out to Randee. My son, Aaron, was on let's call it the COVID football team, the undefeated 8-0 during COVID.
Yes, sir.
At Whitefish Bay. And I tell you, Randee, he loved you. You were a great role model. I met you a couple of times.
What's your last name, sir?
And I love you too. Pardon?
What's your last name?
Gallardi.
Gallardi. Oh, Aaron Gallardi. Yeah, Aaron. I just saw Aaron not too long ago.
Yeah. He's a good man, and you had a lot to do with it.
And I appreciate that.
For those out there in the audience, Aaron is a black kid. We adopted him. And it's good, I try to be a role model as a father, but it's good for even adopted black children to have someone of their own race and culture to be a role model.
I appreciate that.
Definitely.
That's deep.
Definitely.
Pretty cool, man. Thank you for doing that.
You did a great job with Aaron, too, man. I just saw him not too long ago, so I appreciate the call, Mr. Gilardi.
I'll tell you, when I see him, sometimes I'll see him at the gym and in front of everybody, hey, Dad, I love you. Gives me a big hug. That feels so good, I'll tell you.
Yeah, no, he's funny too. Aaron he's super funny, but he's a great kid. He's doing good in life too. I've seen him at a few games. He's come back to the school.
Man, he dropped the call, but I think that having that level of gratefulness and thankfulness is what matters the most.
It goes back to your question you asked me and James earlier. Like, those are the instances where we just feel like I'm doing something. Because it'd be some days where I'm sure James go through this too, man. Because he juggling 55 things in the air. Yeah. And you steadily trying to give each one the same attention and whatever, and you think you're doing something, you think you're not doing enough, and then you get a call like that, or you get a Happy Father's Day from 15 of his old players that he had. Like, those are the type of things. It's like, man, I meant that much. Yeah. That somebody texted me on Father's Day. I'm not their father, but I did this, or thank God,
role.
Somebody called, a student's father called in to say something about my impact on his son. Right. And when he was talking, I was thinking the same thing. Like, Aaron was adopted, an adopted kid, and we had some real nice conversations in high school about. It's a little mini identity crisis. He trying to figure out how he look and why nobody looks like him, or obviously he knows why, but he's just trying to navigate himself living in Whitefish Bay and coming into his own. And I remember the older he got, he started having these real candid conversations about who he was and how he felt. That's deep, you're not the small kid. Aaron probably about 6 foot, bigger black dude. Was growing dreads at the time, you know what I'm saying? So all those phases, all those stereotypes start kicking in, because you start looking up saying, you not the little, you turned into a man now. Yeah. So you can be in a situation where you live in a good neighborhood, you live in an amazing environment, and Whitefish Bay per capita is probably the richest in the state. In the state, yep. And you do all that type of stuff, and at the end of the day, you still can feel outcasted. You can still feel like you don't fit in. Right. And this man ain't had nothing to deal with like that. Yeah. But you would never know, because he's funny. He played sports. He was a great kid. Yeah. The whole time he trying to figure out who he is.
What do you guys do? What do you guys do in those? Maybe not in those instances. After those instances where you're at home, you're juggling 55 things, and you're trying to bring it back to you. Like, you got relationships, whatever it is, but your mask has to be put on. Your oxygen mask has to be put on. What are you saying to yourself? How do you rejuvenate you?
I'll let James answer that first.
Man, that's tough, man. That's tough, because this is something I'm working on now. More of being intentional about getting some time to decompress. Because we're at the age now where we're counting forward. Yeah. We count our time forward, so we're trying to maximize every little part that we can. Right. And within that daily and that every day is blended. But I think more now is, like we was talking about the music or whatever, just finding a time where you can just have some you time. Yeah. So you can reflect, because we just go for it. Like, what we do, we don't really do it for us. Yeah. We're looking for, like, okay, how can we get better? How can we build a rapport better? How can we tap in? Like, but during that time, it's 11 o'clock at night. Yeah. And we back up at 5 or 6 or whatever the time frame that because you got to get that time to where you can have your own thoughts. Because when we're in the leadership positions, et cetera, that we're in, we're always thinking of everyone else. Yeah. So being intentional about finding that little time to decompress, like you have to do, because nobody checks on the superheroes. No one really checks on them. Yep. We might get Father's Day, yeah. But a Coach's Day, like, we don't get a Coach's Day. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I think just making sure we're intentional of letting the people know how much we care that are close to us. Yeah. So it can kind of reflect to say, okay, I got to spend more time with this or on myself, because it's easy to let it go by the wayside caring for everyone else.
What about you, Randee?
Yeah, just finding that me time, man. I get up every day at 4:15, man, 4:30, and if I don't go to the gym, you know, that's the time I choose to reflect and try to rejuvenate.
Yeah.
You know, then also trying my best to, and like James kind of hit on this too, like we give so much to other people unintentionally. That's just who we are, and that's in the business that we in.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of start slacking maybe from your own family or your own kids and things that you want to do, and that's something I try to be mindful. That's why, you know, I break my neck to get to one of my kids' events, games, practices. If they call and say they want to go to a gym, you know, they want to go shoot a basket, they want to go to the weight room with me. Like, I try my best to monopolize in those times because, you know, you get up at 4:30, I ain't laying back down to maybe 11, like James said. And we on repeat.
Yeah.
So, too much is given, as much required. You know what I'm saying? But you got to find that time. So my thing is making sure I get to my safe space, my therapy, which is just working out. That's my thing that I make sure I do for myself.
So when you enter the gym, and this is a period of time in which we're going to do a rapid fire, so I'm gonna kind of blend the section that I didn't hit it right now, which is when you get to the gym, what song is the first song you play in your headphones?
Man, I used to try to go for the hardest. You know, now, I mean,
it's changed now,
I
man.
let Usher play or something. I like working out the R&B music.
I'm a Chris Brown, man. I might be in it, man. Like, it's changed. At first, it was man. At first, it was no limit. Like, cash money, jigger, you know what I'm saying? But now, man, I say within the last 10 years, man, it's at peace. My emotions, it's at peace. Like, I'm in tune. Like, it's some R&B, man.
Yeah.
I might dance in between or something, you know.
And I'm usually in there by myself.
Yeah.
Till about 5:30, close to 6. Then some other cats start coming in with the little workout crew we got.
Right.
But you know, if a you know, I don't want to say bang bang shoot 'em, but if one of them songs come on and you feeling it, it's all
Blood
good. But I put it on repeat.
Yeah.
If Usher come on, or you know, a little R&B oldie throwbacks, I'm letting it play, man.
I'm not
maybe that's our age. I ain't scared of that no more.
Man, I'm saying, I'm in touch with myself. I'm all right.
All right, so this is the rapid fire question. You can answer it quick or not. Best hidden gym in Milwaukee.
Man, it used to be Hickman's Academy, man. That was it's shut down now.
Yeah.
Sherman Park Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah.
Jordan or LeBron?
Jordan.
Kobe or Jordan?
Jordan.
Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson?
Man.
I'm gonna go with Tyson.
I like Tyson. I'm Tyson too, man.
I'm gonna go with Tyson.
One name. Toughest athlete you ever met.
The toughest
that I ever met.
Or played against.
Ooh.
That's two different things. Yeah. So
I met Magic Johnson in person before.
Yeah.
I met him in person before. I was a kid though. Played against. I was a sophomore. I was a sophomore at NIU.
Yeah.
We played the University of Illinois, and Brandon Lloyd did a technique class on me in that game. Brandon Lloyd, look him up. He played in the league for a long time. He was.
Yeah, I would say you? Joe Johnson.
Joe Johnson. Yeah. And last one, discipline or motivation?
Discipline.
Where can people find you?
Everywhere, man.
Everywhere, man.
I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I don't know my Instagram name.
Or they can come visit you at the school.
At the school, man. It's open. A lot of people come up. Nicolay High School, man.
Nicolay, Whitefish Bay.
Weight room. Yeah.
On the weekends, you can see us at Dream Lounge. You know what I'm saying? You might catch us at Dream Lounge on MLK if you want to slide through.
If you want to slide through, go to the Dream Lounge. During the week, if you want to catch Randee or James, you can catch James Wright at Nicolay. You can catch Randee at Whitefish Bay. Y'all, we're going to take a break. We're going to get out of here. We're going to let them go home, see their families. We're going to come back, and we're going to tackle some things on the Grapevine. Let's take this break.
Wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way, improving lives so everyone can thrive. Where more people can gain access to healthcare and nutritious food for their tables. Where more community members can benefit from financial education and get connected to local resources for housing support. And where children are given more chances to reach their full potential. Community is where we find our strength and where we share our hope. United is the way. Visit unitedway.org.
Are people around me safe when I vape? Science does not support that belief. Exhaled vape emissions linger in the air, affecting indoor air quality and bystanders in the same space through secondhand exposure. Vaping emissions can also accumulate on clothes, hair, dust, and furniture. leading to exposure risks to bystanders of all ages. And vaping around a pregnant person can lead to serious health impacts on fetal and childhood development. Enough with the puff. Learn more at ul.org/vaping.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Don't act like that. Don't wear that. Don't think that. I've heard everything you tell yourself every time you felt different. And I want you to know that you can be vulnerable and powerful. That taking care of your mind is taking care of everyone you love and who loves you. Love your mind. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Reading aloud to children sharpens their listening skills, expands their vocabularies, and nurtures a lifelong love of reading. That's why Reading is Fundamental, the nation's leading children's literacy nonprofit, offers free monthly read-alouds by popular authors through its Rally to Read program. Visit rallytoread.org to watch the read-alouds and discover exciting reading activities for school and home. Visit rallytoread.org today.
You're listening to Milwaukee Black Talk
on 101.7 FM.
The Truth. And 1510 AM. W269DL. Milwaukee. A Milwaukee Black media company.
Yes. And we're back. Welcome to the Grapevine. We're going to pick some more grapes. Walgreens on 27th and North Avenue is shutting down. They said they had 120 calls from the police, and they also had 33 shootings, I guess. And I'm concerned. The Walgreens is just not it's just not closing, but it's another link that's been breaking for years. But here's the part that almost nobody is talking about. Nobody is talking about this. But before we talk about the part that no one is talking about, Zach, you got the clip pulled up? Let's watch this real quick. You guys need to see this.
To close tomorrow. It'll be the eighth Walgreens store to close in Milwaukee in 3 years. A log of Milwaukee Police Call Service shows officers were responding to the 27th location 122 times last year, including for shots fired and 33 cases of theft and robbery. Walgreens plans to transfer prescriptions to its next closest store. That would be 35th in Wisconsin, which is 2 miles away. The Walgreens on 27th and North is set to close tomorrow.
So we're talking about whether Milwaukee is becoming a city where your zip code determines your life expectancy, right? One by one, grocery stores disappear, pharmacies disappear, investment disappears. Matter of fact, there's more in this category is more disinvestment than it is investment into our community. Now, I even heard that they're about to build a signature towers downtown Milwaukee, let alone we got disinvestment from a large-scale athlete that just left. But the people, we're expected to stay and somehow survive and thrive. But here's my question. At what point does market forces become community abandonment? At what point does the market determine whether or not a community will become abandoned. This has been going on for a really, really long period of time. I remember in history, especially this has happened in history class, where as a community, during redlining, even before redlining, when people patronized certain stores and certain businesses, when white people didn't want black people to come to their stores, and we started encroaching on these certain communities, what did those stores and those owners do? They left the community, and there was a void, whereas we had to pick up and put our own mechanisms, our own stores, our own ideas into the places of those particular stores. In some ways, some of those businesses thrived, but in a lot of ways, those businesses didn't thrive. But here's the point that people aren't talking about. Let me talk about Walgreens. Walgreens has lease agreements. This is to you, Walgreens. Walgreens has lease agreements on some of the former Milwaukee Walgreens locations. You guys know this. That can prevent another pharmacy from opening in those same buildings, even after Walgreens leaves. So that means that a dark building can stay dark while the community loses access to prescription and basic health care. You guys get this, right? A building can stay dark. It can have all that refrigeration, all the mechanics, the HVAC system can stay. The refrigeration in terms of where the food can be housed can stay. The pharmacy area is operational. The electrical insides, the innards of the building can stay. But what cannot operate there is another pharmacy. Basic community prescriptions and basic community health care. People who have many different ailments have to travel now rather than go to the 27th and North Avenue Walgreens. Guess where they have to go? The next Walgreens is about 2 miles away, I think on 35th and Wisconsin. So rather than going to a neighborhood pharmacy where I need my medication for whatever it is, I now have to go to 35th and Wisconsin to pick up my medication. Or I have to go to the pharmacy that's going to be built in October by, I think, I forgot the company's name, on 35th and Lisbon. But still, it's still a large void. And why the continuance of competition by a company that does not have any interest in its community, in the community that is just planted? You don't see a Walgreens. When Walgreens comes into a community, you don't see, and this is my other pet peeve, and this is a big pet peeve, especially for people that are opening up businesses. If you are opening up a business, don't just open up a business and not do anything with the community. It should be a law or an ordinance or a policy, whatever it is. It should be a policy or law or ordinance for a business to do community work prior to them opening up in the business. If they're in the business of doing business in the community, why not require the city of Milwaukee, to you guys, why not require for those businesses to do something in that particular neighborhood, however large that neighborhood is? Why not do anything? Why not do something in that community? Why not? Why is it that why is it that when a business opens up, they just open up? They just open the business, and then when they open their doors, they're expecting people to come into those doors and patronize them. This is a far cry from basic community business. This is a far cry from basic community business. When I opened up the Juice Kitchen, it took about 8 months or more of community work to get recognized by the community and then open up those doors. And the community paid me back. They paid me back by having a line out the wazoo when we first opened those doors up in, I think it was October, 15 or close to 15 years ago. This is a Walgreens. You should be ashamed of yourself. You guys don't even know the half. Here's the other half. When Walgreens closed down, in the lease agreement, I think it's a policy of theirs that a pharmacy cannot operate in that space for, at the very least, I think it's like 50 years or something crazy. This is out of order. This is not just we're living. We've coined this phrase, a food desert. This is not we're not living in a food desert. We're not living in a food desert. We're not living in a food desert. A food desert means that there is no food. We're living in a systemic apartheid, systemic food apartheid, where there is food, but there is not the proper food. We're living in a place where if we want good food, we have to travel past the food that is inside of our community. So if I live in 53205, 53206, guess what? I'm going past 53205, past 53206 to get to if I want to go to a restaurant, to get to a restaurant that serves me, some healthy meal. I got to go out to 1-822-428, 5328, 53228, 53224, 53218. I have to go out to those places in order to get a healthy meal, in order to shop for my family that needs fresh fruits and fresh vegetables. There's probably only one, maybe two grocery stores. If you guys know any, please call 833-212-1017. There's probably one or two good grocery stores that we can get in the neighborhood, in the inner city, that we can get good fresh vegetables and fruit from. And if y'all know any more, I'm pretty sure there's some outside of our farmers that are farming. I'm pretty sure there's probably one that I'm missing. But right now, it's not just a food desert. It's food apartheid. And this is becoming an atrocity. I wish I knew the number of grocery stores that closed down, because we need people to step up and not criticize, but to do something. When we come back, we're gonna come back with callers.
Make your home and family safer by properly getting rid of nasty chemicals and fire hazards. MMSD's Home Hazmat program offers 3 drop-off centers that are open all year long. It's fast and easy. You don't even have to get out of your car. And it's free to visit a drop-off. Lithium-ion batteries, old gas, propane tanks, they take all of that and more. For a list of things you can and cannot bring, locations and hours, go to MMSD.com. Milwaukee County residents only. No businesses.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
When I met both of them, it was like my missing pieces were found. Like it was just like an instant, these are my kids. If you're considering adopting a teen, just do it. Kids need families. I don't care the age, everybody deserves a family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Mommy, can I sit in the front seat just this one time? Please, please, please.
No, not yet.
But why?
Because I love you, and you're just not ready yet. Now, get in the back so I can get you in your car seat, please.
Putting your kids in the right seat for their age and size is an act of love. Check that your kids are in the right seat at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Love protects. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Yes, caller. What's up?
Hey, what's going on? This is the caller.
What's up? How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing well. One solution that I saw as a mail carrier is that specifically people who get regular prescriptions can get those delivered to their homes by the post office. So we don't
explain that. Explain how that works.
Okay, well, just like any other thing that you get through the mail, like you have packages delivered, there are a lot of health providers that encourage that you get, if you have diabetic medicine or high blood pressure medicine, that you get that medication through the mail because they, can make sure that you have it in advance before you run out.
Okay.
Which cuts Walgreens out. I've always, for quite some time, thought that Walgreens was an overpriced entity. Walgreens has been around since 1901. So what you did with the juice company, maybe they did that in 1898. They were started up on Cottage Grove in Chicago. I don't know. But at this point, they are a national chain. And in a capitalistic society, businesses are not in business to benefit anybody but them and their families, just like NBA players who are business people. Once you become $100 million entity and you have employees of your own, you have to make business decisions for you and yours, which would be your family, your employees, and those in your circle.
Right.
And I can't fault anyone for doing that, but it is my choice to patronize a place where I feel is overpriced. Because some of the same items that you get at Walgreens, for example, you can get at Dollar Tree for $1.25, where they're charging $10 for it. So I haven't shopped at a Walgreens. I can't remember when.
But was
and so choice is
go ahead.
for people that are more, there's in Milwaukee, there's no place that you can't get to on the bus within 30 minutes.
Right.
On North Avenue, there is fresh fruit and vegetables if people choose to eat them, right down on East North Avenue at that Pick and Save.
Right.
And there are 3 others that are probably in walking distance from there. And you know, if you're physically able, riding a bike will probably increase your health by riding over to the one on Van Buren for the things that they might not have. So
yeah,
when we say a desert in a city as small as Milwaukee, I think we're placing limits that our ancestors who walked to work in Montgomery for a year would be ashamed of. And so to the point of shame, if you're in a community as a business person and your windows are getting broken and your employees are getting stuck up at one location, and it's specifically at that location, but you see fit to keep one open less than 3 miles away, that tells you something about the activity that's going on in that community.
Yeah. And it also tells you that you need to step up as a business owner and do something about it, because the people that are in the community are the ones that are usually going to patronize the business. Al, what's going on?
Oh, everything is going fine. If you want fresh juice or fresh vegetables, why don't you go to your local your local fruit markets? It's always been about the zip code when it comes to your quality of fruits.
Right.
And if you're going to a grocery store and the level of respect and presentation is real low, why even go there?
Mm-hmm.
You could grow your own fruits.
Yeah.
You know how to go everywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Go to these fruit markets and buy your fruits. Just because you're in the inner city, y'all, you don't have to go in the inner city. I don't know why they keep putting this on you. If the meat is bad, if the fruit is spoiled, why the hell would you go there? Y'all got to hit the reset button, okay? I know they never tell y'all that. Hit the reset button. You don't have to go there if they don't take care of the meat. Go to your local fruit market. Go to the vegetable markets. And if you go, don't act a fool. Act like you got some class and respect and buy your fruit in peace.
So here's what I'm thinking, Al, is
what's up?
When what we're addressing is, and you already know, you hit on it, what we're addressing is not just a food desert, but it's a food apartheid. It's when there's a systematic disinvestment from entities, large, medium, and or small, that who have invested a large sum and or small sum of information and resources into a community, and have definitely, they contributed whatever they need to contribute. They pulled that money, they pulled those resources, they pulled that food and that information out of that community to save and conserve. And so now you, your grandmother, who is probably in a wheelchair, has to go, and I'm not saying yours, but I'm just saying it's just an example.
I was gonna say, why she gotta be in a wheelchair?
Man, like.
Well, I hear what you're saying.
Now we got to go. I'm just saying we got to go further. We got to travel further to get to that farmer's market, and or what would you say to that?
Well, if you got to travel further, you need to ask these people you voted that overlook your community. Why did the Common Council allow them to put that vape shop, that gas station, them liquor stores that's every 3 blocks, and they come in the same community where you live and put up a banner of saying, vote for me, when they see all that devastation? And that's why them same people you voted for, who have them slumlords, who got these little corner stores, who never comes out, but when it comes to the wars, they all up in their booty hole. Them the people you need to talk about. And also, the people who live in the neighborhood need to get some pride, and they need to give the redneck mentality back to England that they adopted. That's what they need to do. Change your mindset. And then you can control what goes on in your neighborhood. And maybe some of them black folks you voted for, maybe stop voting for them. How about that?
So who
have a good day.
You have a good day too, Al. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Al made a good point. Al made a really, really good point. I think the point is if we're looking towards our politicians when a business is opening up, what type of information is privy to our politicians when a business opens up? And I know that when opening up, my businesses had to at least talk to 1, 2, maybe even 3 politicians to make sure that things were on the up and up. But you also had to pay those fees. You had to pay the food license fees. You had to pay the business registration. You had to pay just certain things, to the city and or to the state to make sure that you're a legal, viable business. But my question is the same as yours, Al. We have a multitude of liquor stores and churches and stuff that I seen 2 liquor stores owned by 2 different people sitting next to each other. They're next to each other, and the corner store was at the end of the block, and they're selling the same exact thing. The same exact thing. I don't even know if these people are from the same family, but if they could be, because they're selling the same exact thing, they're cousins probably. What are we doing? This is not accidental. When we talk about a food desert doesn't mean, hey, this is an accident. Food desert actually means that. It makes people think healthy food doesn't exist. And healthy food does exist. Healthy food exists tremendously. It's there. But what we're talking about is the systematic destruction of our neighborhoods by special interests, private equity, and individuals who don't have your family at heart. They do not have your family in mind at all. Because for example, if Walgreens had your family in mind, they'd cut their lease and allow for someone else to open up a pharmacy right in their neighborhood. They cut their lease and allow for someone to be like, hey, you know what? Matter of fact, I'm not only going to put a pharmacy here, but I'm going to put a 5 to 6, 7, 8, 10-story building right on top of this thing. I'm going to redevelop this whole entire swath of land. But they would rather let this thing sit still and do nothing. So we're walking around, our kids walking around, we walking past all of this garbage, and we got to go far out to shop. That don't make any sense. That does not make any sense. It doesn't make sense. Also, you even talking about labor. So we have all these labor shortages, but we're allowing these companies to get away with, it's almost capital murder. Food apartheid. That's what it is. The problem is created. Food apartheid was coined by a lady by the name, her name is Karen Washington or something like that. She's from out of the East Coast. She says the problem was created for food apartheid due to redlining. That's when they drew a red line around your neighborhood, and they wouldn't let black people move out of those neighborhoods, and then they wouldn't even, and if you wanted to move out those neighborhoods, they wouldn't give you insurance. They wouldn't cut you housing insurance. So it was hard to purchase a neighborhood. And if you did move out and you didn't have insurance, sometimes people will burn down your house. Malcolm X. Corporate disinvestment. Grocery stores leaving. This is what food apartheid is. Grocery stores, like if you ever worked in a grocery store, you recognize and you already know that these companies have insurance. these companies, Walgreens has insurance. Like the gentleman said, it was started in 1901 off of Cottage Grove in Chicago. Walgreens single-handedly pushed up the price of pharmaceutical drugs. Pharmaceutical drugs. Food apartheid, y'all. If you got any questions, comments, and or concerns, 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017. Call in. Let us know what you think about food apartheid. What are your thoughts about the disinvestment, the systematic disinvestment, and what can Milwaukee do? Is Milwaukee doing enough? Holla at me.
In sitcoms, when someone has a problem, they just blurt it out and move on.
Well, I lost my job and my parakeet is missing. How was your day?
But the real world is different. Managing life's challenges can be overwhelming. So, what do? We get support. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have mental health resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. See how much further you can go when you take care of your mental health.
For 250 years, our armed forces have bravely served America. Wounded Warrior Project honors that legacy by supporting post-9/11 service members and veterans like Anthony, a Marine who was injured by a roadside bomb in Afghanistan.
They carried me through my injuries, not just my physical, but my mental. And seeing other vets doing the same thing helped me tell myself, hey, you can do this.
Join us in honoring warriors at woundedwarriorproject.org/America.
In the United States, a vehicle is stolen every 31 seconds, about as long as this message. Luckily, you can take a few easy steps to protect your car in the same amount of time. Remove your valuables, roll up your windows, don't leave your car running unattended, lock your doors, and take your keys or fob. If you have information about a crime, call the police. If you suspect insurance fraud, also call 800-TEL-NICB. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
I always had to be so good, no one could ignore me. Carve my path with data and drive. But some people only see who I am on paper. The paper ceiling, the limitations from degree screens to stereotypes that are holding back over 70 million stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes, rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time for skills to speak for themselves. Find resources for breaking through barriers at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
I'm Chris Jakovic. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakovic, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. James D. White has years of experience leading businesses, including a decade-long stint as the CEO of Jamba Juice. And if there's one hill he'd die on, it would be that companies should be spending more time building a good culture. Speaking to Bloomberg, White talked about how his focus on culture helped him at Jamba Juice, and that he put it in motion as soon as he walked in the door by asking existing employees 4 simple questions.
What should the organization start doing? What should we stop doing? And what are the things that are working well that we should continue? And then the final bonus question is, what advice would you have for me as CEO? And we really leveraged that approach with really all of our stakeholder groups and used that to build a plan to turn around and transform the company.
Today, White is chairman of the board of The Honest Company and a board member at Kava. And as a person of color, he's also a big proponent of diversity as a pillar of company culture. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
Yes. Play that, Zach. Yes. All right. We're back. We're about to pick some more grapes off the grapevine. I'm about to play a video by Dr. Claude Anderson. If you don't know who Dr. Claude Anderson is, he's a great black social scientist and also business guru that has created the many, many books based around black economics. And I want to share something with y'all that I'm hopeful for, but might not happen ever again. But go ahead, play that, Zach.
In 44, in a black city, blacks own 2 gas stations out of 146. You own nothing. The rest, the hotels and the 7-Elevens, are owned by Indians. Asians are owning the laundries. They're owning the hair and wig shops, the nail shops. Blacks own nothing in a 90% black city. And that's why now Detroit went into poverty. That's why it was declared bankrupt. Because blacks had money. Blacks had about 11 to 12 billion dollar a year annual disposable amount of money passing through their hands. They were going out to the suburbs, spending it in the suburbs, and spending it with the Arabs and the Asians, the Hispanics, and everybody else. And when I tried to put in a plan there for black folk, they said it was racist for me to try to help black folk. They said, yes, Dr. Anderson, we admit in this town that we have an Asian town, a Chinatown, a Pole town, a hockey town, a Cork town, a Mexican town, and a Greek town, but it's racist for you to try to do something for black folk, to build a black town. Got 146 gas stations in Detroit, Michigan.
Thanks, Zach. Think about it. For those of you who've been all over the world, even in Beijing, they have a African area. There's an area in Beijing, China, where you can find nothing but Africans speaking their different dialects from the different countries from Africa in Beijing. In Europe, same exact thing. Because they got a place called Brixton in London. Brixton, like Brooklyn, but that's where all the black people hang out, and it's well known. It's super well known, and they even have their own currency. It's a Brixton coin. They have their own currency where you can go shop at some of the stores, or at least they did. But when we get to America, when we want our own thing, like Black Wall Street, it gets burned down. Like any other Bronzeville, done. Any other black area, done. We can't name it African American area. We have to be inclusive. But everybody else doesn't have to be inclusive. They can have Chinatown, they can have Little Canada, they can have they even got like Little French. they have French Lick. They have all kinds of places for everybody else, but we can't have it for ourselves. So then when we do want something for ourselves in our own neighborhoods, where majority of us is 90%, African American, black, whatever, in our neighborhoods, and we have these businesses, there's some different disinvestment. There's not just some disinvestment, there's a lot of disinvestment. Grocery stores are pulling out. I want to know what are we going to do? I looked up today the term food apartheid, and I saw, and I was brought to the attention of not just food apartheid, the word, but food apartheid by the book. This is in our policy, in City of Milwaukee policy. The Common Council officially declared that food apartheid, the systemic disruption of food, is a public health emergency. So if you're walking around, you can't find a grocery store. If you're walking around, you can't find a pharmacy. If you walk around, your kid is going to the grocery store, grabbing some Flamin' Hots, and their first meal of the day is a snack. If you're walking around, it's not by accident. It's real life public health emergency. It was passed, it was created January of 2026. It was the final adoption was April 21st of 2026. It was signed by the mayor of April 22nd, 2026 by our mayor, Chevy Johnson. He's going to be on soon. It was passed. It was a resolution. The resolution is titled it's a resolution declaring food apartheid a public health emergency and directing coordinated city action. It's supposed to be coordinated city action. That means that the city is going to fight against the people that are taking away from our city. So they take up space and they move their money elsewhere. And where do they move their money to? We talked about it the last hour. They're moving their money out to the burbs. They're moving their money. Trust me, if you go out to the suburbs, there's more grocery stores being built. There's more Starbucks being built. There's more Pick and Saves or whatever else, Kroger, Publix, Myers being built. There are more grocery stores being built. And there's a lot. When you walk into some of those grocery stores, they're not as busy. They're not as busy as some of the grocery stores that we had in our neighborhoods. I think the number is at 8. This is an atrocity that where I want to know. I want to hear from people. I want to hear from people what should go in those stores. What should go in those places of the stores? Because things can happen. You can kind of force it. And it's going to be a fight by the community. It's going to be a fight by the city. It's going to be a fight by the state. But it can happen. Things can happen. But what should go in the middle of those stores? What should go in the middle of those areas? What should happen? I'm asking what can happen. Y'all tell me. Is it another grocery store? Is it another pharmacy? Is it another group homes? What is it? What should go in those areas? Because at this point, this is a public health issue, and we're getting hammered. We're getting hammered. In this resolution, the city departments are to work on the solutions, which may include attracting other grocery stores. And there's so many people with great ideas out here. It's so many people with great ideas to put in those places. It's a lot. A part of the solution, supporting neighborhood-owned food businesses. Should we put more food businesses in those places? Expanding farmers markets and mobile markets. Improving transportation to the grocery stores. Is that really a solution? And coordinating with public health agencies and community organizations. So why is it significant now? It's significant because there's several major grocery store and pharmacy closures that are coming up. They're still coming, and we're not ready for it. And people are feeling the brunt. And this is becoming a really, really detrimental issue in our community, y'all. When we come back, we're going to ask some real pertinent questions, and we're going to search for those answers. Thank you for tuning in.
The performing arts do more than entertain. They bring the community together. From live performances and arts education to free community events, UPath helps supports the organizations that keep southeastern Wisconsin vibrant. But it only happens because of people like you. Every gift helps keep the arts accessible and inspiring for the entire community. Join thousands of supporters and give today at upaf.org. UPAF. One gift, regional impact.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says,
avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com, with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it. He finds a way. Freedom isn't free. Rolling strong. Belief. Believe you can, and you will.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We gotta make moves and make them early. Set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up and stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
For 75 years, the Muscular Dystrophy Association's voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
For 75 years, we've willed the impossible into existence.
For 75 years, the MDA community has pushed the science,
shifted the narrative, and established the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day, when this is all a thing of the past,
you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
Yes, yes, yes. Welcome back to the Grapevine. Welcome back to the Grapevine. We're going to pick some more grapes. I'm your host, Manan Sabir, and this is 101.7 The Truth Radio. We are counting down. We got Jazz and Meech coming up next. If you guys want to know something strange, and hear me out. Most people think healthcare begins when you're sick. And I don't. Healthcare does not begin when you're sick. Healthcare begins long before the disease ever shows up. But before we get into that, make sure you give us a call, 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017. Healthcare begins long before a disease ever shows up. It begins with breakfast. It begins with stress. It begins with sleep. It begins with whether your neighbor is safe enough to walk. It begins with whether you have clean water, whether your kids have parks, whether your family can afford fresh vegetables, whether your community has hope. Doctors treat disease, communities prevent the disease, y'all. Straight up. Like, this is a huge important part of our life. Like, I talk about everything on this show. And what I do recognize is that healthcare begins at home. Healthcare begins It's not just about expensive technology, but the list is very basic. Healthcare begins when you are walking. Just get up and start walking. And I've preached this before. Get up and walk a block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, 4 blocks if you got the gumption. And to start sleeping better. Get some better rest. Get some good rest. Start drinking great, some water, alkaline water. Get some sunlight. Make sure you pray. Make sure you have gratitude. Explore healthy relationships. And start moving. Go to the gym. Have a friend. Get a friend. Go to the gym. Find some fresh food. And this is what we're talking about. Rather than searching out the corner store, if we have to, and if we really, really have to, please find a friend, walk to the fresh market, wherever the fresh market is in your neighborhood, your zip code. Walk to that fresh market. Go and get on the bus, hit that Uber, hit that cab, and go grab some healthy food. This is what I've dedicated my entire life to, through martial arts, through wellness, nutrition. Somebody asked me today, they asked me, what was the best juice I can juice for my diabetes? And I told them the best juice you can juice for your diabetes is a beet juice. Just hit up a grocery store, grab some beets, and boom, push those beets through your juicer. Even if you gotta soften them up, push them through your blender and blend them up, make you a smoothie, and drink that juice. What's the best juice for my blood pressure? Again, beets. Matter of fact, this is a great one. Beets, and I'm gonna give you guys a hint. Beets, sweet potatoes. If you got a juicer, beets, sweet potatoes, apples, lemon, lime, pineapple. If you want a really, really good juice a gang load of beets, apples, pineapple, lemon, lime, and sweet potatoes. And if you want to sweeten it up, if you want to really sweeten it up, put some strawberries in there and make it as sweet as you possibly can. Make it as sweet as you possibly can, y'all. This is real life. But we don't need any more food apartheid in our community at all. Most of us grew up hearing the term food desert. Remember, this is not, and this is in my closing statements, this is not we don't have food deserts anymore. We have food apartheid, which is a systemic disinvestment from out of our community. So think about a desert, how natural a desert is. Nobody created the Sahara Desert. Nobody voted for it. Nobody invested in it. Nobody redlined it. It just simply exists. But apartheid is different. It's man-made. So it's the result of investment decisions, discrimination, and systems that decide who gets resources and who doesn't. Milwaukee, we intentionally chose that word because they're saying this isn't an accident. This is not an accident. This is something we built that has been built over generations. It looks like this is what food apartheid looks like in our community. It looks like children growing up without fresh fruit. Rather than fresh fruit, they're looking at the cereal box. They're digging their hands in the cereal box. It looks like seniors, your grandmother, your granddaddy, your great-grand aunt, your grand aunt. It looks like them taking a couple buses asking you to give them a ride to get some vegetables. It looks like neighborhoods with 6 liquor stores, but not one full-service grocery store. There is a full-service grocery store. Matter of fact, I had to think about it. It's a full-service grocery store on Fond du Lac, where the old G's used to be. On Fond du Lac and I think Sherman and Fond du Lac. There's a grocery store over there. Go support that. It looks like people having no choice but to buy what's available instead of what's healthy. Because what's available is easy. It's a way for individuals to pacify and satiate themselves so they can feel full enough to make it through the day. So they can go to work the next day or handle their kids or go to the sporting event. But it's a way to satiate themselves. But people don't realize those are empty calories. Those are empty calories. Those are calories that you can't, it's just zero sum. There's zero sum calories. And this is where this becomes my conversation. Because I'm not just talking about grocery stores. I'm not just talking about our bodies. Poor nutrition increases the health, the risk of diabetes, heart disease, kidney disease, stroke, high blood pressure, depression, even dementia. Dementia is real. So when people ask me why we talk about wellness every day on this show, this is my why. This is my why. I want to hear from you. What is missing in your neighborhood? What is missing in our neighborhoods? A grocery store, a pharmacy, a farmer's market, or is it simply healthy, affordable food? I want to hear from y'all over the next couple of days. I want to hear what it seems like it could be. I'm excited for the future, but I'm also worried that we are going to allow for this systemic disinvestment in our community to penetrate so far into our lives, into our communities, that we're not going to be able to get anything back. It's going to be empty. And then when it's empty, people who have the money are going to come and take over that particular period of land. I'm excited for us in some ways, but also a little sad. Hey, y'all, I'm Anan Sabir. This is the Grapevine. You're on the Truth Radio 101.7. Let's continue this conversation. Holla at y'all in a minute.